No, we're good. We're good. We're fit for a long and triumphant return. Because I can't remember what the fuck last episode was.
It was a while
Anyway,
ago.
I, I don't even fucking when it was, to be honest. But yeah, we needed a holiday. You got to look after your men's mental health.
There we go.
Exactly.
Burp since we're back.
Fucking back in business.
Cracking.
Oh God, I
What have you
got
got there? What you vaping on? What are you toking on there today?
it's a relapse into triple mango. So I
Oh,
just found some pods in the foot that I thought I fucking done ages ago, and I'm like, fuck it. It's gotten back to the point where the general state of annoyance of nicotine withdrawal will be like, okay, I need to find the time to come off the stuff again, because otherwise I'm just gonna twat somebody. Like I'm gonna be at the restart center or at the job center, and then someone's gonna say you're not a real doctor, and I'm like, yeah, no, you need a time to come off of nicotine.
you should hold on to them as well. Like, I think that's my word of advice. Hold on to all your dead vapes because the main job in 60 years' time is going to be digging through landfill for the lithium batteries out of disposable vapes.
I always keep the machine, yeah. Like plus I keep fucking setting on fire.
Really?
Like,
Would the vape set on fire? Is that a thing?
well, it's because the lithium batteries and stuff. As soon as they get punctured, lithium just meets air and just fucking explodes. Like it's there was that big fire out in Bermondsey at the recycling centre, almost certainly due to lithium. Like there's
Probably, yeah. Okay.
most fires you see around recycling plants and in like bins and shit. It's all all of it is fucking lithium batteries.
I was going
Did
to say
you?
something, and then yeah, I was, you got a refreshment this evening. You've got a beverage,
Yes, I have some Estrella Dam
Australia Dam,
because I
Si
the
Senor.
Galicia the place fine. Estrella Dam, no, I think it's the better Estrella
I prefer Galicia. I prefer the Australia Galicia.
because Galicia's a bit sweeter. I like the variations on Dam. That when I was in Barcelona for some Gothic Marxism a few months back, they had like the lemon Dam. They had the Dam which was like 7% because it's
Okay,
kind of like a bit they go a bit Belgian with it.
okay.
That's pretty good. Like, I mean, it's a fucking Catalan brewery, so like they do like variations a bit more local
Is
and
it there's
stuff.
the different breweries that do the Galicia versus the Dam? Then
I think it's just different type. I think Galicia is like gluten free or something. So I remember like the spoons menu being like Galicia is gluten free or it's vegan. One of the two. Probably
there's
basically
Dora
both.
Dam, which is the gluten free one. I don't know if you're mixing up with that.
Is Dora Dam also Estrella? Hold up. This is
This is a rabbit hole.
Dora Dora Dam. Okay, Dora Dam is gluten free. Maybe it was Estrella. Let's see if it was vegan. I don't know. Uh oh, has Dam just taken over the Australia name? Is this some sort of like are we just gonna get into really niche Spanish politics when you sort of go to Spain enough and you're like, actually, it's kind of like 10 countries in one, and the central Castilian thing is just kind of holding the others together at gunpoint, which is more or less true.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've
Like
encountered.
Barcelona's kind of like Scotland, Galicia's kind of like Wales, and Asturias is also kind of Wales. The Basque Country is also kind of Wales. It's mostly Wales at this point.
Mostly just Wales. Yeah,
Like
yeah. No,
Spain is
I
pretty Welsh when you get into it.
I came across a guy. A guy who was at a festival told me once he was from Bascaland. I said, "Oh, what like northern Spain?" Stupidly, he went, "No, I'm not from Spain. I'm from Bascaland." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sorry." And I was like, I was really pissed as well. I was really drunk, and I was like, "Oh, so it's like the bit between Spain and France?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, thank God."
Then you get what? So like Andorra? He's like, no. Fucking
Well,
hell.
I'm drinking Asahi currently
For a good cause.
for a good cause. I actually do. I was going to do a whole bit. I do like Asahi, but I'm drinking it because we need the bottles. But hence why there's lots of bottles there. It's not because I'm an alcoholic. That's for whole has a whole bunch of other different artifacts it produces. Um, joking. No, basically, yeah, I'm just saying need the bottles. So Mark gets his allocation. So he sent
Yeah.
it to me because we need the bottles for the brewery because we're brewing some beers. You see the fermenter there.
Yeah.
And so, do you know how expensive buying plain bottles are? By the time you've fucking bought plain bottles, you might as well have just bought crates of beer because it's not that different. And you just take the labels off them. But I've got to drink through all the Asahi now. Woe is me. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, yeah. That's a PG tip right there.
Mm.
If you need bottles for anything, just get a crate of beer.
It
It's gonna
works
be
out
cheaper.
cheaper. Yeah. Like whatever the beer from Aldi is, that'll be cheaper than buying blank bottles. It's just
Yeah.
the world that we live in.
Get the knockoff fucking was it Kronbacher? Knockoff fucking Erdinger. Get the
Krombacher
knockoff
and
something. Yeah.
no, not Perla. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm so close. There's Gallero, that's the fake
Mm,
Stella, and then there's Perlenbacher, which is the fake Heineken. I'm
oh,
reaching in
jeez.
because I actually don't.
Yeah.
I used to shop at Lidl back when I lived in near Limehouse back in day, in that old place. Yeah, why are we talking about?
We're doing the drink update. Welcome to Pub Golf Transmission. We're
Yeah,
back.
welcome to Pub Goth Transmission. We're back on the important shit, like trying to remember the names of the knockoff little beers,
Yeah.
which I
So
believe
this
was
is
Gallero,
session is yeah.
Perlenbacher, uh,
Kronbacher, Ryanbacher.
I feel like there's the fake Guinness, or am I hallucinating that?
Uh,
No, I think I'm hallucinating that. I think that's real.
nah, fake Guinness. They'd come down hard on them. I wouldn't want to piss
Yeah,
those guys off. Like
yeah.
usually, instead of getting fake Guinness, you just get a different Irish stout in. You get like a Murphy's, which is a bit spicier. No, it's not. It's just a bit richer. And you got fucking Beamish, which you only drink if either you are from Ireland or you're an East London twat who thinks he's Irish and then wants to drink the blandest stout on the menu.
I've
Like
never had Beamish. I think I've had Murphy's, but I'm not a stout man. I'm not
it's
not a big stout person. I will
I like
enjoy
stout.
like one Guinness, but I wouldn't have a second one. Um,
I
and
like
I
Guinness. I
occasionally,
don't get it as a personality trait though. I don't get the whole this place does good Guinness. I'm like it's fine.
it's just become a big trend, hasn't it? I mean, and I'm not, it's not a bad trend. Actually, no, lies. It is a bad trend because it now has added at least like I would say on average 1.2 minutes to my queuing at the bar just because of how much longer it takes to pour Guinness
Mm,
than a regular lager. That's definitely delayed me from when I enter the pub to when I've got a pint in my hand. I would say on average it's added about 1.2 to 1.8 minutes on. That's my scientific
I think it's done
calculation.
fucking great for the brewery though. The whole Guinness
We
bullshit
could
because it's like
calculate that though. We
uh,
could calculate that. We need to figure out what the uptake in Guinness has been recently as a proportion. We then need to look up the average time it takes to pour a Guinness versus a regular lager. You could combine those numbers together, and you probably could calculate how much longer your average drink takes as a result of the uptake in Guinness. So I could scientifically validate my slight irkness, to invent a word, towards this Guinness trend. Maybe it's
and it,
because I don't like it as much, so I can't join in on the trend. So I'm going, like, "Argh." But
it is
I'm queuing
delicious. I
longer. I'm
don't
queuing
get the
longer.
fucking like split the G thing though. I'm like that's something that I don't. I've heard wasn't made up by Guinness. Um,
What is it?
I
I've
have
never even
some
heard of it.
sources. It's
What is
like when
the
they
G?
got the word Guinness on the fucking glass. You try and the first gulp of your pint, you try and drink so much that the drink is like at the line in the middle of the G.
Well, as a Londoner, split the G usually means something else. But
Yeah, I know. It's yeah, you get the bags in usually, but like speaking of
So today, our main theme, after a bit of like classic waffle, and that's relevant to what's coming up. We're going to talk about our experience at Alcatraz Festival, which is a metal festival in Court Court Kortrijk.
Some people say
Can't get
court.
it.
I had somebody say
Kortrijk,
Kortrijk, and then some people say
Kortrijk,
Kortrijk. But to me, it's
Kortrijk. They
Kortrijk.
can't make their mind up, and that's the theme
Mm.
of the Belgians that we're going to be exploring. But yeah, It was in Belgium, and we went, and it was hot and it was dusty, but it was enjoyable. But there were some weird aspects. Um, yeah. Do you know what? One thing I'm going to do. So we went slightly different ways in, right? So Adam went straight to Antwerp, whereas Scarlett and I, we went first to Rotterdam, and we had a sort of a few days before then. Uh, so up until the point that we meet up, maybe first, Adam, you could
Mm.
talk about your experience getting to Antwerp, and I will pull up the festival lineup because I always
Yeah.
forget who the hell played. So I'm going to pull that up in the background while you tell everybody about Antwerp, and you can pull it up while I'm telling everyone about Rotterdam.
See, well, Antwerp was fucking sick because I was like, okay, I recently read this book called Q by Luther Blissett, in which there's a bunch of like smuggling and like forged banknotes set in Antwerp. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I like Belgian beer. I kind of like Belgian food. Uh, I'm gonna go to this weird fucking border town from the Holy Roman Empire, which turns out used to be like the place where all of the fucking commerce in Europe used to go through, and then see a couple of cathedrals, then get pissed, and then wait for everyone else to show up. And it was pretty sick, Got to Antwerp, fucking Eurostarred it, saw the sunny hills of Dagenham pass by my fucking window, then went to Kent, and then thankfully got out of Kent pretty quickly, because it's proper. For us to be honest, a proper fucking reform country there. If it's restored, at this fucking point. Um, Ends up in France. Changed eventually when we got from France to Bruxelles. Uh, got the train to about half an hour to Antwerp, got out, realized I got there too early, and it was 30 odd fucking degrees. Uh, Immediately found a place to have a pint, walked around the old town, being like, oh, yes, this is a typical European old town. It has big cathedral in center. It has table service. It has only one metal bar, which was called Kids, um, which felt a little bit lost profits for me. And there wasn't really much else to it. But other than that, I just like, okay, I activated treat boy mode. I hadn't been on holiday in a year. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit down somewhere. I'm gonna get some steak tartare. I'm gonna get stove lays, which is just uh, stove lays is like the rum ham of the Low Countries. It's just, what if we take an 8% beer and we make a stew out of that and then just pour it over chips? And I'm like, yes, please. I got to taste the regional beer, which was the Koning, which is it's called Bolleke, or as of course I had to call it, it was the Bollekes. I was drinking the Bollekes in the castle. It was like 6%. It was in this beautiful chalice. I had the Bollocks friend, who is called Triple Danvers, which is 8%, and therefore I was sort of stumbling around for a bit. And then I was just literally just with my notebook in front of the cathedral, drinking 8% beers for about 6 or 7 hours, uh, just writing my notebook, any old shits. Came up with a weird strategy of how to organize my fellow benefits claimants on restart, but then I realized I'm too knackered because I'm on restart to do any of that shit. So I just kept drinking until uh until the next day really, when everyone else arrived. But Antwerp, banging city, good bollocks.
Yeah, the Bollocks was good actually. That was perfectly timed. I was struggling. Why is it so hard to pull up a festival lineup? Because now it's only showing me 2027. I couldn't remember how to get the Clash Finder thing up on the app on my phone, and I've opened about 9 tabs to try and actually get the lineup. I've finally managed to get it. So anyway, meanwhile, Scarlett and we got the Eurostar to Rotterdam, and we went right past Lille, which is right near where the festival was. But yeah, no, we stayed in the Ibis in Rotterdam. We had 2 nights there. Met up with our Dutch mate. Shout out Moritz if you're listening. Big up. We, I well, not we. I frequented a few coffee shops, and it was great. They had a coffee shop, shout out coffee shop Wit DeWitt. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But they had some very rare stuff, some very old school stuff. They had some cracking Afghan hash. They had some presumably cracking Nepalese hash as well. They had loads of classics. They had AK-47. But what was really exciting to me is I looked on the haze menu. They had mango haze and they had
Oh, mate.
C5. And the mango haze, and it tasted like mango. Did
It
not taste
tasted
like
like fucking mango. It's not that strawberry cough bollocks where you gotta like throw your throat out doing it. It just tasted like mango.
just taste something. And yeah, like strong high. And the C5 was like, I smoked a bit of that outside the Ibis Hotel. And I wanted someone to chase me. I wanted to get up and run. And I'm a fat, lazy pub goth. So that's very unlike me. C5 is like Northern Lights 5 by C Hayes. It's the first famous Hayes hybrid. It kind of was what made Hayes famous across the
Mm.
pond from the States. So it's a real throwback to like late 80s, early 90s, golden age kind of weed there. So that was good. Um, Definitely didn't smuggle any across the border or anything like that. That would have been illegal and not recommended. So that did not happen. But what did happen now? I'm trying to remember. We just went around Rotterdam. We checked out the Maritime Museum, checked out the offshore experience. I was trying to figure out like what degree, like who was sponsoring. Like, is this sponsored by Exxon? Like, is this sponsored by Shell? But it really just seems like the Dutch just love their like engineering. They love their like irrigation systems, their dams and their dikes and their offshore rigs. Because there's a lot of like offshore wind stuff as well. They
Mm.
love building that. They love infrastructure, engineering, building shit. There was a whole offshore experience where you could put on like a boots and a coat and a hard hat. We couldn't be asked. We just looked at it. But you'd sort of they had all these great models of like different offshore rigging vessels and stuff. There's a lot of cool boat models
Yeah.
there looking around, looking at the maritime history and everything. There was a whole the history of the slave trade bit. I didn't go in there because it was a holiday. I already know about all that, and I didn't want to get really depressed. Um,
It was almost certainly Shell, by the way. Like Shell's a Dutch company.
Probably, but there was a lot of offshore wind. I guess they do that shit as well. But yeah, I don't know. But it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool. And yeah, so that was good. The Maritime Museum was good. If you're somebody like me and you like boats, I love a boat, me. Always have done. Um, some good little metal bar there called Bar 3, which is pretty good. There was another bar where you could drive the tables. There was like a steering wheel on the tables. They were all on like a sort of on like a rack, sort of like on rails, and you could basically drive tables closer to each other or away from each other using these like wheels. Never seen that before. That was fun. Um, yeah, so Rotterdam, we had a good time. Shout out Moritz, had some good food there, and then we got the train to Antwerp to meet Adam, and that is where our stories converge. So Adam has already told you the story, so I got there on the heels of that. He was telling me about the bollocks, and now we had to try some bollocks. Um,
Yeah.
have you told them about the questionable Airbnb layout yet?
No, okay, the
Right.
questionable Airbnb layout. So right, when I got to the office when it eventually did open, it was staffed by two guys about our age, probably younger. Like they 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 look like they go backpacking. They look like they could be in Hackney and charging me £9 for a sandwich. Like it wasn't for the accent, I would assume these blokes are Australian. Like, and they give me the keys to this place. Okay, it's pretty central. It's really quite nice, apart from the fact that it's in this sort of street which is full of shops, and it's so well hidden. You wouldn't know it was there if you was looking for it. Fine. I
Yeah, we
opened the
we couldn't
fucking
find
door.
it until he
I
came
opened the
out.
fucking door. I'm like, I could see a big trap door, which looks like someone has laid an additional door on the floor to a basement, which has not been locked. So I'm like, right, that's creepy. Okay, right. I take the keys. I go up a set of stairs, which looks like it's only just been fitted. It looks like a wooden set of stairs they've just nailed on because
Yeah,
they have. Like someone has
yeah.
either clearly like inherited this and was just like, let's just throw some furniture in it and sell it as cheap apartments to tourists. I'm like, fine, fair enough. As I'm going up these fucking creaking stairs, I get up okay, one floor, two floors. I notice our apartment is split into two apartments. The main one, the small one we left for Archie and Scarlett. Um, because basically it was like three of us in the other one. And then I go into Archie and Scarlett's one. I see there's like one window. There's just a double bed that's been thrown in there, and an inexplicable microwave. And I'm like, fine,
Might I add a window, and you think, oh, great view, and it's just one of those windows that's just facing a wall. It's
yeah,
just like, and there was no blind or curtain on that window.
natural light in it. So you can grow plants there. And then okay, I go up one more floor. I open the place, and there's a lovely like sort of window opening out to a balcony, and you can't have smoke there, otherwise they'll yell at you. Um, but it's quite nice. And then I realised that there's no fucking curtains on this window, and so you can just see directly through the window from the apartments on the other side into the sleeping area. And now, like we say, close the doors of the bedroom. The bedroom just has two double beds thrown in there that don't fit in there, and
Yeah,
they form a kind of a Z, a little maze, and that maze leads to the only bathroom. So not
yeah,
only can you, if you need to take a piss, and we have five people staying here, you have to zigzag between the people who are already
yes.
sleeping.
If I was
Uh,
going for a wee, I had to first leave, and the other aspect of this, our room that was like down a flight of stairs, but there were like other flats in that stairs. So like, if
mm,
we left the door open or if we left it unlocked, like anyone could just walk in there. So I have to walk out and then walk upstairs into the main apartment, through the living room, and then into this bedroom, where I then have to zigzag through two double beds and use the ensuite bathroom to take a piss in
mm.
the middle of the night.
And you are completely visible to anyone on the apartments on the other side of the street doing this. Um, like I'll just sort of fall asleep. I woke up and I'm like, so I was like, is that someone staring at me? Okay, oh, there is. Okay, fine, cool, cool. Yeah, they're very liberated, the lowlanders. Um, and I was just like, okay, fine. It's a base. It's close to everything. Fine. But I'm like, and then for some reason, despite the fact that the actual amenities of everything were pretty fucked, there was loads of random Japanese decor in this place, including an inexplicably random antique Chinese table. Um, it's like black
It
with a
was
lot of like
really nice.
ornamental marbling. I described it as Chang Dynasty, for obvious reasons. Um, and also no TVs or anything. There's like a kettle, an induction hob. I'm like, okay, this is clearly just to meet the bare minimum so these guys can sell it. This is either some sort of weird
This is
inheritance
the
thing or this
Airbnb
used to be a
terms and
squat.
conditions and what you are legally
Well,
mandated to
well, it wasn't
supply.
Airbnb. It was like its own
Was it not?
separate thing. And like, I'm glad it was because Airbnb accounts. But like, it was just this one separate, like, it's just these four apartments that these two blokes rent in an office in the back of a mall in central Antwerp.
It's, yeah. I mean, I've had worse, but yeah, it was a bit of a funky one. I did not sleep well. I did not really sleep at all, to be honest.
I slept on the couch. I was like, it's the only place that nobody can see me.
Yeah. But we went for Japanese. That was pretty good. We went to that castle that turned out to not be a castle.
Well, it is a castle. It's just
It's
a
not.
small castle.
It's about 50% of a castle.
Okay, it was a castle. The back half of it looks like Stratford.
Yeah,
It's
the back
called like
half of it looks like
Hetstein. It's like Hetstein the Stone.
it does. You because Adam said to me like, oh, when you get to the back, it looks like Stratford Apartments, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And I got to the back, so it looks like Stratford Apartments. It really does. Um, and I was like, God, the Belgians, they can't even finish a castle. Like, they can't pick a language. It's not a real country, is it?
I
Really?
think it might have been that the British destroyed it. Um, I think the British might have destroyed it because I think it was Napoleon built up the port, and because it was such a big port for everything at Antwerp, I think the British destroyed it so Napoleon couldn't take it over again or something, or the Germans can take it over again or something. Like it's very central to a lot of things. I mean, to be completely honest, it mostly evil things. So I like Belgian beer to me is lovely because that's you can make
It's
that
the
there.
one thing they really have.
Yeah. Whereas Belgian chocolate, and the more you think about it, it's a fucking terrifying sentence.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, all those cocoa fields in
Yeah.
In Leuven.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, the feedback was for more than 1 second. You're like, oh, Jesus fucking
Yeah,
Christ.
exactly. Yeah,
They've
that
still
ain't
got
right.
a royal family.
Yeah, it just reminds me of when they were handing over power to Patrice Lumumba, and the like grandson of King Leopold II, old hand chopper himself. Great grandson or grandson of old hand
Mm.
chopper was giving this speech about how his granddad had this vision and this great stuff and this great work that he did. And then Patrice Lumumba took the mic, and no one knew he was going to speak. He wasn't supposed to say anything, and then just fucking tore into him and tore into the legacy of colonialism. Apparently, they were fucking horrified. Like they'd never heard of it. It was like when Elon Musk got booed at Dave Chappelle. It's probably like an equivalent of that. Like them having to face like a smidgen of real people for a second, and they're like, "Ah!"
One of the last guys still alive from the plot to kill Lumumba, is actually being charged apparently.
Really?
Yeah, he's like 90 odds. He's just like some old
Bugger
Belgian
me
aristocrat.
sideways.
Yeah, I mean they could. I mean, I hope they gave the parts of his fucking skull they took.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, I think we talked about that in the last
he took
episode.
part of his fucking skull. Like it's
And
like the Low Countries is so fascinating because it's just like what if the Spanish um somehow kept them in line through subjugation, and now they became the purely like the most, of course, they're the most Caucasian people in the universe next to us, of course, so we can get away with saying this. Like some of the most ruthless and capitalist imperialists.
well, I
The
think
entire
that
Low Countries, both and center.
I learned like quite recently. I might have said this on a previous one that the French people are whiter than English people. I didn't know that, but we had a French band come and play. Shout out they're now called Sick Mind. They came and stayed here, and I cooked a curry for them. And I was like, right, I don't know what their spice tolerance is going to be like, so it's going to be very mild, just the red chilies, not the bird's eyes, just your regular Tesco red chilies I put in there. And I was eating it. I was thinking I should have put more chili in it. There's barely even any heat there. And they're eating it. I said, it's very, very nice, but it's very spicy. It's very, very hot. They were finding it too spicy, and I was like, God damn! I didn't realize that French people were whiter than us, but they are. So by extension, I imagine the Belgians are also whiter than us as well.
I didn't go to the curry. I mean, to be fair, that's say Japanese food was great, but Japan is the Anglos of the East.
They are the Anglo.
They have a neighbor who is split into North and South due to their colonial activities. Um, yeah,
No,
the
yeah.
spiciest thing they've got is horseradish. Yeah, fair enough.
But to be fair, yeah, so we did go for Japanese. It was good. Um, and yeah, no, that's pretty much all we did in Antwerp. Oh, wait, one fun fact. All right, I'm going to let you do it. What do they call an off license, an offie in Belgium, Adam?
Well, it's the same as every shop. They
If you
call it a
need to,
winkle.
yeah, if you need to grab a couple of cans, you go to the Nachtwinkel.
You go to the night winkle. Um, I
Grab
don't
us a
really
couple cans
know
from the
what the fucking
Nachtwinkel.
root of that is because, like,
I don't know, but
linguistically, I know enough German sort of know the similar roots. I'm not saying they're the same language. I found that out the hard way. Um, but in
it's
terms of
just
like
Dutch. It's
individual,
just, I
yeah.
think it's just Dutch. I came to the conclusion that it's just Dutch,
Oh,
buddy.
Flemish, yeah, Flemish is a dialect of Dutch.
I know, but
Like,
that's it. Like the Belgians like to be funny about their language. They're like, oh, well, maybe we speak a bit of French, or maybe a bit of German, or maybe a bit of Dutch, but not this Dutch. We speak Flemish, which is like a dialect. It's just Dutch. They just speak Dutch. Even near the French bit, they speak Dutch, which is
yeah,
a
Quatric
silly
was
enough
so
language as it
close.
is.
Yeah,
Like, how can you possibly you walk around the Netherlands and you just read any sign and you're like, and it's the same in Belgium because it's the same. You read any sign, you're like, how in the sweet Jesus fuck you expect it? Oh, let me grab some cans for the Nachtwinkel. How do you expect me to take you seriously when I have to grab my cans from the Nachtwinkel?
oh, but a fucking Nachtwinkel though, like. It is the greatest selection of cans you'll ever see in your life. It's like, oh, I really fancy a
That's not wrong.
monastic cripple.
You say that, but like I realized that I've been more exposed about because I've with this is jumping forward, but when I was chatting to the German lads, right, I realized that I have a high opinion of Belgian beer, but I've been a lot more exposed to Belgian beer because German beer doesn't seem to make it out of Germany as much.
Yeah, it
There's a
doesn't
there's
really.
not a lot. Name five German beers. Paulaner. I can't think of another one.
So we've got Paulaner, we've got Erdinger, we've
Yeah,
got. I mean, Stiegel is Austrian, but linguistically pretty fucking
but
similar.
also Erding is a
Um,
Weiss beer, isn't it?
we've got Augustina, we've got
There's
Tucher,
German Weiss beers definitely, but in terms of just German like lagers, it's like Paulaner.
Löwenbräu, Hofbrau.
It's hard, but
Um,
compared to Belgians, like you've got your Leffers, you got your sometimes you get your Le Schufen, you can find a quack, you find it in the
Grosser
supermarket, you
Andex.
can get
Yeah.
a lot of Belgian beers, you get your Duvel, you can get you can find Delirium. There's a lot more Belgian beer penetration than German beer penetration. I realize that's influenced my opinion. I think highly of Belgian beer compared to German beer because I just haven't tried as many German beers, and
Well,
I'm now making it my vow. I need to try more German beers.
so me and Jez were in Munich a couple of winters back, and oh fucking Munich! But Munich in winter is great because they so overcompensate for all the fucking evil stuff they did. They're like, we are the land of roast pork and cake and beer and mulled wine. You're like, oh, this is lovely. I'm still going to go to the Jewish Museum though because I know what you fucking did. But the beer scene is great there. Although it's very standardized because of the Reinheitsgebot and stuff. And the thing is, the kind of food that I end up eating in Bavaria, it's not the kind of fucking food that goes with heavy lagers. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat some fucking um like dumplings and kartoffelsalat and pretzels and fucking cake. You know what's
You
gonna go
make
great with that?
me
A wheat
hungry,
beer.
son.
That yeah,
Yeah,
I have an
not with a wee bit.
absolute weeaboo for Bavarian food, which I'm not going to export to the whole of Germany, although the whole of Germany does seem to like pretend to be Bavarian sometimes. We went to Heidelberg afterwards, and I was like, "What's the regional thing in this fucking place?" And it's like, "Oh, our specialty here is
Cement.
Bavarian style Schweinbraten." I'm like, "I've eaten pork shoulder for 7 days. Of course, I'm gonna fucking order it again." But I was expecting more.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing. I don't know. Belgian beer is excellent, but I need to try more German beer
I mean,
because
it's
I love
also
Poland.
8%. It's also 8%. That's people like British people love Belgian beer because it's a fancy way of drinking special brew that makes you feel better.
Yeah, it's called a Smorgasreinstein, and it's very
Yeah.
cultural.
Oh no, no, I'm not drinking special brew. I'm drinking a Bush Scaldis, which is 12%, but actually it's cultured. I'm not drinking fucking Polish 9% cans. I'm drinking a Pavel Quack.
Yeah. No, exactly. So anyway, that was Belgium, and then we had to get up early and get an Uber, which took almost as long as walking because of the one-way system. But
Hmm.
good, I'm a pedestrian supremacist. Um, yeah, we got to the train station. We got on the train, as
The
you do when you
second
get to
Belgium,
the train station to second Belgium to Kortrijk,
Kortrijk.
Kortrijk,
I still say Court. I
Kortrijk.
think you should pronounce it Kortrijk, but there you go.
Kortrijk? Kortrijk?
I'm done. Because I heard some people say
Kortrijk.
Kortrijk, some people say
Kortrijk.
Kortrijk.
And then we got off at the station at Kortrijk? Kortrijk. I'll stop doing that now. So we got off at the train station and we were like looking for where to get the but with all our shit because like Mark and Lorana had decided to bring like a house. Like instead of bringing a tent, they just decided, nah, fuck it, we're just gonna bring a house. It was like some enormous, like octagonal palace
Yeah,
that it was like its own big suitcase on wheels.
and its own
Um,
power station. They brought their
and they
own
had their
power
own sort of
station.
power station thingy. And there was no lifts or anything. It was quite a small station. They had to take that up the stairs, walk out, and we're looking for like the bus that's supposed to take us somewhere. Try to get a taxi, realize it's kind of expensive. Think, all right, we'll look for the bus. I go into the information station and they say, oh yeah, you want to go to the other side. So I have to go back through the station, down the stairs, blah blah blah, up the stairs, go up the stairs. There's a bunch of other metalhead looking people like, okay, right, round here at some point. And then some shit. We're waiting there for a while. And I think like some shit gets said in Belgium that we don't understand. And the metalhead looking people start walking that the other way. And they're going, oh, we need to get the bus from the other side through there. So we're going back down the stairs, through all the shit, back up the stairs, back to the side that we had initially got out on. And then we're like, fuck it, let's just get the taxi. And we got the taxi.
Yeah,
It was expensive.
25 euros later.
25 euro per taxi. So in total for us it was 50 euro. Um, and yeah, so we got there, we walked into the campsite, and they have this interesting system. So usually at like a UK, well, one thing I will say is at a UK festival, there's this thing called security where they like kind of like well, at Bloodstock these days they've got like dogs and they got people they want to like check in, blah blah blah. And I was kind of ready for that, not for any reason, just in general, just ready to go through the process as one does, you know. And I just walked straight through. And I was like, ah, where is it? Is it down? Is it further there? Is that where they're gonna? No, just no. Okay. United Kingdom is a nation of drug addicts and and get treated as such. In Belgium, there's just none of that. You get so used to like the all this security presence, all this pat down. I get so normalized that yeah, just walk straight in. But they had an odd system. So usually it's just a fucking free for all. You get there, you try and lay out as much space as you can because your mates are coming and you're going to try and squeeze a gazebo and all this shit. We had pre-rented a gazebo. Shout out Lorana for discovering that. That was great, great shout that. So we had already rented a gazebo. We didn't know where to pick it up from though. So it turns out they got this system where they've got like a rope. It's not a free for all. They've got a rope, and they let you, so you queue up, and then they move the rope a bit, and then you put your shit down, and then they move it further, and like more people come in and fill in the space because they're trying to make all the space get used up. So like they sort of systematically fill up the campsite by
Mm.
moving this rope along, which quite honestly was extremely stressful.
Yeah,
Because I was
it's like,
trying to
okay. You got so they move it. Okay, get the pop to open. Get the pop. Like fucking throw it down. We got
yeah,
space
you
here.
just trying to throw it out as quick as you can, because by the time you're trying to mark, like someone else has put a tent right in the middle of like the campsite that you're trying to make, and you're like, "Can you move?" They're
Yeah.
like, "No, no,
And
I'm
at the
here."
same time, there's a guy on a bike, and this bike is attached to an entire sound system that is
Yeah,
playing Soulfly's "Jump the Fuck Up" at you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like a sort of musical terrorist. Uh, yeah, so we got our shit set up. We are like, "There's no way," because Mark and Lorraine had their giant tent. Our tent was not massive. Yours was pretty small. But we set it up. We were like, "There's no way we're going to fit a gazebo in," and then somehow we did. The end, and it was pretty good.
The Germans made some space for us.
Oh, I did them. Yeah. So shout out the Germans because they also lent me the mallet. So
Mm,
you're yeah. So we were camped next to. We had our gazebo, our table and chairs. Shout out to the
hmm
rental people at Alcatraz, and we were next to these German lads who had the same sort of gazebo and chairs that we did. And then the only other local people we interacted with was it was Jason. Shout out Jason, the lovely Belgian
Big
lad
ups, Jason.
who was
Yeah.
sort of the other way. And then of course we had the French over there. Shout out to Jorda was his actual name. And I don't know the names of any of the other people, but yeah, he was also apparently camping with a member of the
Mm.
poulet, or as we would call them
The
in
chicken.
the UK, pigs.
Oh.
He was camped with a cop, which was kind of funny.
He was camped with a cop,
He was camped with a cop, yeah.
but I mean, the same cop. Oh well. I mean, clearly he has to handle the stuff quite a bit, so he knows quality stuff and he sees it.
They had to
Um,
do it. They had to handle their illicit activities, which I, of course, had nothing to do with. They had to handle their illicit activities when the cop was not there because
uh,
they kept sneaking about.
yeah, there were cops patrolling at the campsite as well. I
No, it
mean,
wasn't a festival cop. I think it was just like a gendarme or something, like just a French cop who was off duty, who
mm,
just come to the festival as a mate with them, but they couldn't do anything in front of them that was illicit because they were a cop.
that's kind of your fault to be honest. Like, you don't invite fucking cops to a festival.
Right? Right? It's
Like,
quite simple.
yeah, they're big ups to the lads from Munster. Big ups, Torben, Jonas, and the lads. Uh, me and Mark get drunk enough, and we're suddenly singing the entirety of the Heimlich Auf March, um, classic East German tunage. Um, I realise this is not the time to practice my German because my hearing, if that language is atrocious. But luckily, Mark is the great diplomat between the various nations and managed to establish a rapport with the French, um, purely on the basis of accents, which was beautiful. I conked out most nights pretty early because I was just knackered. And I was like, I've probably been listening to it, and I'm like, oh man, there's a rapport going on here. To use the official term of en français.
Yeah. So anyway, festival. So we get there and it's like a ploughed field, hay field, not a hay field. Well, I'm saying that like I don't know agriculture. No, it was like an arable field, right? So they had the hay, the sort of trimmings were out there on the field. So it was the easiest field I've ever had to hammer pegs into. I will say that. Um, Shout out the German lads for lending me their mallet. And yeah, we got set up. Oh god, and that was the first shock of the festival. Setting up the tent, walking into the little shop they had in the campsite, seeing that they
Oh
had a beer
God.
called Primus, no affiliation, and they were selling six packs of like 330 ml cans. It said like €4.50. I think, well, that's good. Wow,
That's
that's pretty
fucking
good.
great. Yeah, no, like
So you go and you pay for it. They ask you for like, I'm not doing the maths here, but like 20 something euro or 30 something euro, and it's like, oh, it's €4.50 per 330
yeah,
milliliter can.
27 euros for the whole thing.
Mr. Maths over here. Yeah, €27. €27. Um, yeah, I paid that twice. The first time when I was like, but like we needed cold beer because it was really hot and we'd
Mm.
just set up camp. Like it's medically necessary to get cold beer. And later on the festival, when I was like, oh, it's really hot and I really want cold beer, so I guess I'll pay another like €27 for fucking six cans of not very good Belgian
Uh,
lager.
It was, yeah, it was the best. I mean, we went to like a shop in Kortrijk to get some beers beforehand, and some of them were pretty good. Some
I
of
got
them
cheaper.
were. I got some. What the fuck did I drink? I
Got
don't even
cherry
know.
quack,
No, I
which
got two. That was one of the things. I got cherry quack. So pepper quack is one of the greatest beers in human history,
I don't like
and by
cherry.
putting cherry in it, they have absolutely fucked it. It was like Dr Pepper without the sugar. I should have
It
got
was
fucking spirits,
atrocious.
but but we
I should have
needed
got this. I
cool. Look,
forgot.
we needed cool beer though because this was the first. I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but it's been pretty fucking hot. And this was the first festival in the era of everyone more or less agreeing that global warming is a thing, despite the fact we've all been yelling about it for ages. But yes,
Yeah,
this
or
was the
the
first global
going
warming
to the
festival.
festival since the desertification of Europe, which is not as delicious as it sounds.
It was so. I mean, the
There's
dust
no
at this
Belgian
festival,
waffles involved.
the dust, the
The
dust was so
Rudinos.
fucking bad.
Yeah, the
Apparently,
dust.
shout out to Tamsin. She was telling me that in Brutal Assault Festival in Czechia, there was a fire truck that was damping down the dust because they understand that dust is bad for you. Um, Whereas in fucking Alcatraz and loads of festivals, to be honest, all across Europe and the UK, because Brexit means Brexit, they just weren't doing anything about the dust. They weren't providing face coverings or anything. I brought a bandana in case of mosh pit dust. We would just use we. I was like, no, lads. We all went to go fucking get bandanas. It was fucking boiling. The water wasn't. And the weird thing as well was the water
This
situations
is
in
a
the
major
camp was
theme. This is a major theme. Yeah, this was
yeah.
weird.
The
So
water situation. So in Alcatraz, it's of course it's named after a prison. In Alcatraz prison, you probably had better access to hydration than
yeah,
Alcatraz the
this is one of
festival.
the things I did point out to some of the staff, which they did not appreciate, is that like I'm pretty sure in prisons you have to provide drinking water, but at Alcatraz they had in the campsite they had these taps, and everyone was using them clearly to fill up their water to drink, but it wasn't technically. It didn't say drinking water. It also said didn't say don't drink this, which is normal at a festival. Usually you just drink the water. It doesn't say anything. It's just the water. But there's a sort of word was going around. The German guys were telling me like, oh, apparently it's not drinking water. We're not supposed to drink it. So I was like, what the fuck? And I only filled up bottles full of this. I'd always been drinking loads of this shit, right?
Mm.
And it didn't smell funny. It didn't taste funny. It just, it didn't taste amazing, but it's like tastes pretty much the same as the water in Croydon. And I went up to these staff at the toilets. I was like, is the water here drinking water? And they're like, oh, well, we're not legally allowed to say. I mean, it's not tested. It's untested. It's like, okay, but am I going to get sick if I drink it? And they went, no, no, you won't get sick if you drink it. So it's fine for me to drink the water. I said, well, we can't really. We're not allowed to say. And it's just like, for fuck, just fucking tell me if I can drink it or not. So it's just like really unsettling. And I just decided that I was going to drink it, and I was fine. We were all fine in the end. I think it
You're
was
all fine.
fine. I had don't think I had a solid poo at the festival, but I don't think that was related to the water as much as I'd like to blame that. Uh,
That was unrelated, I gotta
that
say. I mean,
was definitely
the
unrelated.
toilet situation at Alcatraz, though, I will say that was they had the greatest fucking
Oh,
toilets I've been at a
easily.
festival. Like you're
So
not sitting there like most festival toilets, and you're just like
you'd have to
it's like
squat over a mountain of
yeah,
shit.
yeah. I mean, people might know this about UK festivals, but they're not emptied out very often. And occasionally, part of the ritual of taking a poo in UK festival is you have to try and piss through the mound of shit so that when you sit down, you don't gain more shit.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes
it's like
you have to
it's like
squat over a
I
dome.
mean, it's probably great for your fucking gut bio,
Yeah, oh,
fucking
yeah,
gut biome,
yeah.
your fucking gut biome,
It's
because
great for your fucking quads and thighs and
yeah,
well.
no, because you just sit down the fucking toilet in Bloodstock on day fucking 3, and you get a fecal matter transplant immediately. You know, you get all that fucking good bacteria, whatever fucking cunt's been there beforehand,
Whatever can
and
survive
yeah.
alcohol at high level.
Whereas this one, you were coming out of the toilet, which was quite cool. Always had paper, had lighting, and someone would go in immediately and then clean it. And the first
Yeah,
my
so
first
in
thought
the
is,
morning
please don't look in there.
yeah, in the morning it was like because that's when everyone goes in, for their morning constitution. They would clean after everyone went in, and you'd wait for an attendant to say, "Yeah, go in this one. I've just cleaned it." It's fucking mental. There's a
Fucking
really
mental.
powerful flush, which was foot activated.
Mm.
Just okay, and everybody just don't take the no drinking water thing away, but please take the clean toilets thing. Other festivals, learn from Alcatraz.
Oh
Um,
my God. And also
and
the
they were
showers are amazing. Like
the
just
showers
full
were
on
good.
cubicles. They were warm.
Yeah, no, they did break down once when I tried to use them. I had to wait covered in conditioner and my skin friendly shower emollient. Just completely head to toe, and then the water stopped working, and they were just saying stuff in Belgium, and I was like, "Can anyone say in English what's going on?" And they were like, "It's broken down. How long is it going to take?" We don't know. So I just sat there for like 15 minutes. Then it did get going again in the end. But the water situation was weird because not only was the water in a grey area as to whether it was drinking water in the campsite, but if you brought a bottle of water into the arena, they would make you empty it out. You couldn't bring water into the arena, and so you couldn't get free water in the arena. You could if you went to the toilets, you could fill it up there, and you could drink arena toilet water, which again grey area as to whether it's drinkable or not. Or you could go to the bar and then fill it up, and it would cost one token. So I guess we should explain
Three
this.
euros fifty.
Sorry,
Yeah.
lie. One chain, which is about €3.60 for like 250 milliliters of water.
Mm.
They'd fill up your bottle. But then if you left, you weren't allowed to take the bottle out with you back to the campsite. They'd take your bottle off you and give you a chain. Well, no, they give you a token. It's a complicated. Okay, so let's explain this system then. So we've
So
already got
money
pound euro to
enchains
deal
us
with.
all. Money makes us slaves, and so the money in the festival is chains.
Yes. Yeah, so we've already got to navigate pound euro, which to be fair, the pound was pretty strong. I've got to say, it's the strongest I remember it being in the last few trips I've been to Europe. Um, but then you have to get chains, and it's like one chain is like €3.60, I think. Um,
Yeah,
and so you top
three
up
is
your
50.
chains onto your little wristband thingy because it's just a classic like trying to obscure how much money you're actually spending on stuff. And then you go into the festival, right? And you were given a token. They didn't explain properly what the tokens were to me, so I didn't use them initially. But you
They
get
just hand. I thought it was breakfast tokens originally.
it
I was like,
was,
oh fuck,
yeah,
I'm getting
yeah,
a free
the
breakfast. I'm like,
breakfast
oh yeah, I didn't pay for the continental breakfast they do there.
yeah. No, so you give them a token initially, and they give you the cup. Otherwise, you have to pay a cup deposit, which I think was half a token, which is like £1
Mm.
75, €1 75. And then a beer, right, is only one token. That's pretty good, isn't it? You thinking that's pretty good? €3.60 for one beer. That's not bad, is it? 25 centiliters, 250 milliliters, less than a pint, less than half a pint. So you think, well, maybe I'll get a cocktail. What cocktails did they have, Adam?
Oh my fuck it. So in terms of goth wanker shit, right? Now we should like this, but there was only one
Not
place
that
that
kind of
did
goth.
cocktails in the entire festival, and I'm not counting Irish coffees as a cocktail here. I don't know if you usually do, but you couldn't get any shots. You could only get one place that did cocktails, and they were about 25, maybe 30 centiliters maximum. They were about 14 euros, so about four fucking tokens, four fucking chains. Of course, I always round it up, and you could only get the only cocktails you can get with this one flavor of Monster Energy of your choice and one spirit of your choice. Now, that's not even technically a cocktail, that's a
That's
mix.
not even a cocktail. That's bullshit, is what that is. That
You
is
could not get, you couldn't even get many fucking Belgian beers there. Like, for that
no,
beer
just
wise,
a shit lager called Primus. No relation.
there's one bar that you could get 50 centiliters of Primus, and it's even kind of shit. Couldn't get any ciders. You can get a nice cherry beer, a nice Kriek. I quite like that. Um, And the other beers you can get one triple in a nice plastic Belgian beer glass that had a fucking chip in it, so I probably couldn't have taken it out with me because you can only take the pint cup. You had to pay extra for it out with you. Like the drink situation was fucking atrocious, and
Pretty
I needed
bad.
drinks because there's dust everywhere. You're hacking up literal mud every time, and they know it's bad. They know the heat is bad
Okay,
because
yeah, we have to get to this right because this is the craziest
yeah.
thing. Like I said, no free water in the festival. You can fill up the toilet water, but it's
Now, to
questionable.
be fair, they have free water at the bars, but only on the hottest days
Only
from
on the
4
days
till
where the
7.
no, it's from when the temperature was when it was forecasted to go above 30 degrees. They would
Mm,
serve it from 2 until 7 p.m.
yeah.
That's weirder than just not giving it for free. That's weirder. That's weirder than just not having it at all. Either just give people water or don't give people water, but don't acknowledge that people need water, but only give it in a specific window and then go back to charging people half a token, which is about £1.75 for 250 milliliters of water in a cup. When you acknowledge in a window of 5 hours that maybe people need fucking water during a heat wave when Europe has become a desert. This is part of my thesis that we'll be exploring that Belgium is not a real country, right? There's two core pieces of evidence. Number one, pick a language. If you want to be a country, pick a language. What do you speak? Oh, around here we speak French. Around here we speak German. We speak Flemish. It's like a dialect. Pick a language. Number two, provide clean drinking water. It's not a very difficult thing for a civilization to do. You might be saying, oh, it's just a festival. They want to make money. Well, guess what? Guess what else wants to make money? Festivals in the UK. Download is way more corporate rip-off bullshit than Alcatraz, but they provide free drinking water. Why? Because they legally have to. Why is that? Because the United Kingdom, for all its faults, for all its foibles, we picked a language and we provide. You have to provide free drinking water because we are a real country, and Belgium does not meet these pretty low bars, in my opinion. Therefore, in conclusion, Belgium not a real country.
I think it'd be kind of sick actually if I had to order drinks of Bloodstock in Welsh. That'd be fucking sick actually. Like
It
no,
would be quite
I'm not a monolinguist. I mean, I think there are two countries I think that only speak one language. One of them is America, which is Spanish, of course, and then the second one is Germany because there's too many fucking dialects of German and they're really hard to learn. So apart from that, I'm all for it. But the Mad Max situation at
Oh
Alcatraz.
yeah, that was a really interesting facet, and that dovetail that segues really nicely from this water
Oh,
conversation. So there's an ongoing water shortage, and Europe has become a desert. They won't. Everyone's parched, and everyone's coughing up mud. And they think, do you know what we should have? A bunch of Mad Max themed stuff, like people
yeah.
breathing fire. And oh my god, you're standing there, it's like 30 whatever the fuck degrees, and then some cunt starts blowing all this fire and you're like, oh, this is not the day, mate. This is not the day.
Yeah, there's a giant mechanical bird that shoots fire, and the backdrop behind this bird is the War of the Worlds, which mean that this bird is technically from Woking. Um, and but as you go into the festival in the morning, I was the only buzzer who went in the mornings. There's just this massive guy in devil horns in a fucking massive leather harness singing God of Thunder by Kiss and Illegal Satan by Venom as all of these women in leather cop uniforms stand by like torturing racks and nooses, and they hit you in the arse with clubs, and it's lovely actually. But it does take away from the fact that we had to smuggle in water, and I'm having to have a bandana to get rid of the fucking dust. And every night I'm just hacking up because it has fully desertified, and they're like, okay, I know it'd be feeling a bit like fucking Mad Max, but if I'm having to smuggle water in, the only
Yeah,
water I
so you've
know
got
that is
Mad
clean,
Max
in
themed.
pouches
It's a
that are
bit
designed for smuggling in cocktails, which do not exist at this festival, I kind of think it's a bit on the nose.
no, true, true. Um, I need to go for a piss. Do you reckon we can pause for a second?
Yes. 1 minute.
Call it again. Yeah, so you got the Mad Max people walking around,
Yeah. Have you
and
seen? Yeah.
they had, I think, during Metal Church, they had the sexy cops. No, it was during Kitty. They had the sexy cops, and they were spraying water on people at the front. Um,
No, fair, I didn't see that. I mean, yeah, no, also big ups Kitty. They were fucking sick.
they were good, but maybe we should get into that now. So we pretty much
Before we do that, I want to say one more thing about the Mad Max contradictions,
the
which is
Mad
that
Max contradiction. Okay,
no
go.
water, dust everywhere, face coverings, kind of not even encouraged. Uh, the food you could buy was always going to get dusty. Uh, did get dusty, and however, they did want to acknowledge the fact that it was going to be summer, big fucking climate change summer. There was free sun cream.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Is free sun cream and free water, but only between 2 and 7. That's just yeah.
Yeah, just perfect contradiction. It's like that. It's Alcatraz Festival. It's structured like a prison, but run by Keir Starmer.
Yeah, literally. Um, and yeah, no, that's a PG tip that we've traversed there, which is if you go to a festival, they're not getting any cheaper. The drinks aren't getting any cheaper. So how can you save yourself a bit of P? Shout out to Lorana, she brought them this time, but you can get these bags
Mm,
that come with little screw top ends and funnel. You get a funnel. And what you want to do is you want to bring some spirits, some vodka, some rum, whatever your drink of choice is, and you want to fill up the bag,
fucking water in this case.
or water in this case, with the spirit. Screw it shut. Use the funnel, and then you want to put it. What I do is I put it just behind my arse crack there because they don't really look at your back when you go in. I mean, it's not good if they give you a proper pat down. You might have to hide it better. You can hide it in a combat short pocket.
Mm.
If you're a lady and you've got a fanny pack, put it in behind the fact, or even if you're bloke, put it in behind your fanny pack.
I don't
Um,
think fanny packs are gendered. I mean, that's not what the name means, you know. Like,
no, I know, but blokes tend to wear it a little bit differently. No, but you can position it. But yeah, so you can smuggle the pouch in and then get a soft drink. Ideally, they didn't have any slushies at Alcatraz. The best is when they have slushies at the festival. You get a
mm,
slushie, you pour it in. We were getting iced tea. That was pretty good. And I didn't try this, and I didn't bring the bags or anything. But another thing I thought you could do is if you get some syrup, like a peach syrup, like a ribena, or like a concentrate, like a squash,
mm,
something like that. Mix it with the spirit in the bag. Then all you need to get inside the festival is just go to where the water point is, right? Get it, and you can just add water to it. No, it's nice, but that will save you even more money. You don't even need to purchase a soft drink in the arena. So there's a top tip. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you already know that, but just in case you didn't, it's one for next time.
mm.
Um,
What about the fucking bands? The actual things? Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the bands. So the Thursday, I've got it up here. Who we didn't really see. Oh, we saw Left to Die. And they played a few. They're like a sort of death tribute band, and they played some death tracks, and it was great. And then they played some of their own tracks, and I got a pint. And then I came back and I was playing death tracks again. And they played Pull the Plug. It was good. They played sort of more old school death stuff, stuff off Scream Bloody Gore, stuff off of Leprosy, stuff off of Spiritual Healing. So that was cool. I saw a little bit of Soulfly. I missed Sacred Reich. Saw a little bit of Soulfly. Um, and seemed alright. But it was really busy, and I was worried that it was going to be super busy the whole festival. But what we learned later, Adam, I don't know if you knew this, is that they
Mm.
let the whole surrounding area in town come to the Thursday, and that's why it was so fucking rammed on the Thursday.
Oh, because it's a bigger festival than I expected. It's kind of almost like download size.
Yeah, but it was
Originally,
fuck.
it's kind of intimidatingly big.
Well, it was. I don't. Yeah, it felt more intimate because of the way they layered it, which I quite
Mm.
liked once I figured that out. But it was so packed on the Thursday. I think partly because it's like everyone goes into the arena when they once they've set their stuff up. But I think also they let everyone in the surrounding area in, which is why it was rammed. Soulfly seemed cool for the bit that I saw, but I didn't see much of it. I didn't really see much on the Thursday, to be honest. I think I mostly just saw Left to Die. You saw Mickey D, right?
Yeah, so Thursday, there's loads of bands I wanted to see on the Thursday. Left to Die, I was quite to see, but I was like, there's too many festivals to go to now where the main thing is the tribute bands, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's kind of depressing.
I'm like, come on, can we not add something else? So I saw a different tribute band that's kind of not a tribute band on Thursday. So on Thursday, I kind of missed the Vegana Freiheit. I was like, yeah, they would have been great. But instead, I went to go see Mickey D, who is basically the last member of Motorhead still alive, and he played all the Motorhead songs. And I brought Mark around with me. I was like, yeah, guys, please, Motorhead. And they were like, oh, actually, Motorhead are fucking sick because Mickey D played all the Motorhead songs like when he is doing all the amazing like ride work on the drums, all the double bass, and a lot of the stuff from the albums they did with Thin Lizzy's guitarist, Brian Robertson. And they were like, oh, actually, Motorhead's actually
Another
got
perfect day.
yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah,
that's the first album we joined them from. I was like, no, seriously, guys, Motorhead have fucking tunes beyond just like Overkill and Ace of Spades and that. And they're like, okay, this is fucking sick. Saw Sacred Reich, who, despite being an American band, are not uh like the Sacred Reich that is currently in office. And then yeah, Soulfly, two fucking rams. Um,
yeah, it
then
was.
Thrones, I didn't see them. I think I only know them from making a weird porno once. And then Ailstorm headlined. But of course, Ailstorm are for children, and so I
I
didn't
felt
go.
quite upset, and that just I could hear them from the campsite.
Oh, mate.
I wish it could have been like we were trying to sort of drown it out because oh my god, like
Yar, mateys! I was like, no, fuck
it's
off.
it's one of the worst things ever. You ever have this where you're in like more polite company and someone goes, "Oh, I actually really like metal. Yeah, I like that band Ailstorm. They're fun," and you're sort of like, Yeah, yeah,
Like, you can't even like one of the good racist bands.
they're a band, yeah. Yeah, Hailstorm, they're like,
Yahar, yeah, yeah.
oh, no, yes, just
No.
awful, yeah,
Scots weren't even pirates. They're all fucking
if
colonial
you
administrators.
if you are listening to this and you think, "I like Storm," click off of this now. This is not for you, click off of it now. I don't You're not welcome. Exclude yourself, please. Thank you.
And then, all right, so that
You
was
know a lot more.
Thursday.
That was the Thursday. Not many, never too many bands on Thursday because we had gone into town as well. We'd gone into
Yeah,
town, which was a fucking faff because we got a shuttle bus from the campsite to the middle of fucking nowhere, some random fucking street. We're like, oh,
yeah.
thought
We
it was
went to
taking
go
us.
for an Ethiopian meal because you want to eat the regional cuisine.
Yeah,
But turns out Belgium is now so desertified that they have siestas.
yeah. A lot of the restaurants were closed the time we wanted to eat.
But they
So
do that in France as well. It's only next door.
they do that. There's a lot of UK restaurants as well. To be honest, they
They
closed.
should do because, like, yeah, it's actually good working conditions. Like, fuck it, like
Anyway, but the shuttle bus didn't take us into the town. It took us as
mm.
fucking no man's land for some reason, and then we had to walk down the street and then get another bus to take us into town. And we got like a what was it like a kebab
We
wrap?
went to like a shawarma place.
Yeah, Mediterranean kind of. That was really good. I have to say, it was
It was
very good.
banging. They had banging tunes as well. Like, I mean,
Bang
they
and
were
cheese,
clearly
and you
expecting
get
us. And
Belgian beer with your like fat wrap. That's
it was amazing. Like, you go to the fridge, it's like, oh, I'm gonna grab a lovely Belgian beer, and it's
Yeah,
like, oh, don't
and they have
worry,
the
the
glass. There's a
glasses are
matching
also in the
proper
fridge.
glass in the
Yeah,
same fridge next to it. You don't get that in the UK. Fair play to the Belgians. You know what? Maybe they are a real country. The jury's still out. But yeah, then
they're not a real country, but real countries are bad.
we went to a Carrefour to get, and it was a small one. It was expensive, but that's where I got like 2 or 3 slabs of Jupiler lager
Mm.
and a few bits. and that
What's got?
did not last the festival, but that was the most we could carry. We were lucky though because we were walking down the street, and then this random dude. I thought like you know when people hand you flyers, you just
I wish we were a demo originally.
he
It's
was
like,
like
oh mate,
handing us a flyer, like,
not
but
being
I thought it'd be
organised.
some gig that I definitely wasn't going to go to after the festival or something. And then we look at it, it's like shuttle back to the festival. Oh, hang on a second. And we asked him, it's like, yeah, like half an hour. Like, we might as well just wait here half an hour and then um get the shuttle. So I think it was like €5 each or something. So we got that back. So that was before we went to see the band. So that's a bit of a non sequitur. But that was our experience. We didn't go back into the town. That wasn't going to happen again. You know what I mean? But that's why I didn't see many bands on Thursday, because that whole experience included getting the train from Antwerp to this festival, setting up under this confusing rope-based system, realizing there may or may not be drinking water in the campsite, paying €27 for 6. This all takes out of you to get a 6-pack of beer, and then figuring out how the fucking chains worked on the wristband. You can't see that many bands after that. That all takes it out of you. Plus 30+ degree heat. So yeah, there wasn't much going on the Sunday. On the Thursday, there was a lot going on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So on the Friday, I'd been worried because I was thinking, I don't know whether I want to see Crowbar or Ruins of Beveras, because I've never seen Ruins of Beveras before. I've seen Crowbar a few times, but I do really like Crowbar. Anyway, the good news was I don't have to worry about that because both bands fucking pulled out. So
Both bands pulled out.
I saw neither Ruins of Beveras nor Crowbar. But I did see, I'm trying to think, I missed 200 Stab Wounds. I don't know when they were on. I meant to see it.
I fucking miss Witch Club Satan, which I'm pissed off about.
Well, looking back at this, I realized just how many bands I was meant to see.
We didn't see so many bands yet. Revocation, they couldn't make it either, I think.
Hot. Yeah, I only like one Revocation song, to be honest.
I missed Alien Ant Farm. Like fucking Craig Master Horizon was in a band with one of those guys. Like I should have gone up to see
I didn't know
it.
that. So I saw Crimson Glory, who I'm not even really a fan of.
They were pretty classic. I said prog metal. It's just like dad metal, like stuff that's on Brutal Legend. They had not played a one song I know of theirs from Brutal Legend.
I don't like that. Fine. I don't like Queen of the Masquerades. I think I enjoyed their set more than I thought it would because they didn't play.
We saw Combi Christ.
Saw a little bit of Combi Christ. Never been that really into them. You saw Dirk Schneider, right?
Oh yeah. Me and Ryan went to go see Dirk Schneider because people don't know Udo Dirk Schneider is the original singer from the band Accept, and he has his own solo band.
To the wall. Your balls to the wall, man. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so he only played Accept songs the entire set. So me and Ryan just like fucking yeah. Like he played Metal Heart, played Fast and the Sharp, Princesses of Dawn, Balls to the Wall. It was old git excellence, this festival. And then after that, we didn't see Armored Saint. We did go see Health.
Yeah,
I fucking love Health. They played their songs from played the song was it Major Crimes from the
I didn't listen to them before. I just heard they were cool, and Scarlett wanted to see them, so I went.
Oh yeah.
Cool. But
I had industrial stuff, the horny goth industrial stuff.
The horny goth industrial, it is good. I like horny goth industrial, but I was enjoying it. But suddenly, and this was in like this is so there's 4 stages. There was one open stage, and mercifully, only the main stage was an open stage. Then there was 2 big tents and then 1 small tent. And these guys were on in the second stage, which was one of the big tents, and I was watching them, and suddenly I was like, oh, I need shit. I was like, wait, no, I really need shit. This happened to me a lot during the festival for some reason. Again, I don't think it was the water, but I like to blame it. It's probably just poor diet and lots of alcohol. But I was like, fuck. And I didn't quite know the layout of the festival yet. So I was going to go back to there was a sort of covered bit with lots of tables in the middle where people would eat their food. And there was kind of toilets near there. I thought, I'm going to go there because I know where it is. I'm going to go there right now. So I go out in the tent, but I don't realize I'm in like the layer away from that. So I'm walking back thinking and then I get all the way to like a different tent. I get to where the small tent is. And I think, how the fuck did I get here? How did I walk past it? Not realizing that was like another layer back. And I'm panicking now. So I just fucking bolt all the way back to the campsite because I know where the shitter is there. And just fucking hold on for deal that I just about made it. I had to message Scarlett. I'm so I went all the way back to the campsite because I didn't know where the shitters were, and there were literally shitters right next behind me, stage, next to the stage. I just didn't know they existed. I just panicked. Oh, that happened like 3
But those
times.
ones get more usage though, so you might be a bit more skeptical,
I mean, no, I mean, still, I mean, compared to the
Mm,
loads of like download
mm.
toilets or something, that was like palatial suite, even next to the stage.
We didn't see
Um,
so many bands, Jesus. I think the only band we saw after that was when we went to go see fucking Body Count.
oh, we went to see Body Count. Body Count were cool. I'm trying to think if I
Body
saw it.
Count
Yeah,
fucking great.
Body Count were wicked. They were really
Talk
good.
Shit, Get Shot, a great tribute to Charlie Kirk.
I didn't see Sabotage. I'm not really into them, but I did
They were
see
kind of boring because they
Igor.
barely played half the fucking songs they usually play, and then in the middle was just kind of nothing. And eventually, John Oliver was. They just played a fucking YouTube video of John Oliver singing, and then eventually, like, okay, now they're playing
Why? John
Mountain
Oliver's
King and Edge of
not
Falls.
funny.
No, not that bloke. The singer, John
Oh,
Oliver,
okay.
the
Well, I don't
original
know what a
Sabotage
fucking
singer.
singer is Sabotage. I
Um,
thought you were talking about John Oliver,
yeah,
the liberal dude.
and then who
The
else? Yeah,
thingy.
Igor. I was at that point. I was just knackered. Because I didn't see
Yes.
Igor. I wanted to see Igor though, but it
I
was.
really enjoyed Igor. And earlier that day, I had to buy a bandana because of the dust,
Mm,
and I had it sort of tied around my fanny pack. But during Igor, I was not involved with any kind of illicit substances. It was just the lager that made me suddenly. I think Igor are great. I'm loving life. Got my arms in the air. Yeah, Igor. And it got all lights. And then suddenly I'm like looking down and trying to make sure that when I throw up, it doesn't hit anyone's ankles. Just, yeah. And I managed to not get any vomit on anyone's ankles. No one even noticed or turned around. But then I sort of touched my bandana and I was like, so that got not great for climate change. That got tossed on the ground. That was
You
uh,
should have saved your vomit for those who deserved it, like sort of Prevail, who none of us fucking saw.
yeah. None. Of course, I didn't see any of the headliners because they're all shit. But yeah, it's not. I really, really don't understand why Slaughter to Prevail are popular. I
Like
think
they're
I
just
just
kind
don't
of
understand
pretty
people.
basic deathcore.
It's
But the guy
really
has a blacked
boring.
out Nazi tattoo. And he's like, "Oh, I'm a very sensitive man. Actually, I see the point of other people's stuff as well." And I was like, "I'm really having to narrativize this guy discovering empathy in real time." Like, I'm sorry, it's like, I don't, we should be charitable because people can change. And I'm like, yeah, they can, but like, this is pretty minimal. Like, is the bar this low, lads?
Yeah. I
Just
do
say you
also.
enjoy it. Just say you enjoy it and just feel a bit bad about it. That's fine. Like,
Also,
David
I just
Bowie was
don't
a bit of a
understand
nonce.
it. It's just like really boring. Like I don't know. It doesn't. I don't musically really get deathcore. Like some of the older stuff is quite good, but yeah, it's just not really for me. And that
Yeah.
was the Friday. And then the funniest thing was, we're in our campsite, getting a little nuts, having a good time. Friday night, yeah. And we're engaged in what we're engaged in. The Brits on our table, we look across to the German table because they're right adjacent to us, and we just see these 5 German blokes just drinking beer and eating sausages covered in mustard. It's
I
just
was
like,
spiritually with them. Like, I got the. No,
fair
because like
enough, man. I
no,
get
because
it. Like,
I remember on the last night I was like, I've seen like the frikandel, like like the big the fucking massive Belgian sausages you get. It's called Andalus sauce of it's like not spicy, but like as spicy as Belgium could take. And I'm like, and it was a sausage that's about it's about this long. It's a it's about maybe 2 foot long. I'm not entirely sure. And they'll sell you that for 2.5 chains. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get a beer, a Belgian, lovely Belgian beer. And I'm gonna eat this entire fucking sausage. I'm gonna fall asleep. And you know what? I get the Germanic pace of life because if they get faster, they get fucking evil about it. That
I
they
get,
need they need to do
yeah.
that.
Give them sausage, not
I mean, at some point
meth
between
laced
me and the
chocolate.
at some point between me and the lads from Munster, there was a snuff exchange. Like they were
Yeah.
like, "Does anyone want any snuff?" And they got me this. They pulled out this Gletscher Prize, which is this thick Bavarian schmaltzer. It's like chocolatey, dense, coarse. And I'm like, no, no, no. Same people to make it. But like, I got my thin, fucking minty stuff. And they always like, where did he get that stuff? I'm like, I got it from fucking you lads. I get it. I pick it up from like go to your fucking country. Like, lads, get on the snort. There was a lovely cultural exchange there.
Yeah, no, and there was another cultural exchange as well.
Oh
Because
yes,
while you
yes.
were tucked up in bed, Adam,
Although I could hear it. I could hear it.
New terms are being defined, and this will become a term that was coined later on. But we're sitting there, we're getting on with these German guys. There's a cultural exchange going. There's a musical exchange going, right? We're queuing tunes. We've got the same music system going. It's not a sound clash. We've got the same. We're all adding cues to the tunes to the queue, and then this Frenchman comes over, and he's like this. He must have been, I don't know, how old was he? In his like late 40s, maybe even early 50s. He was giving
Yeah.
strong unk vibes, right? This bald French guy, and he comes over and he just starts speaking to us very quickly in French. Now, I can understand a bit of French. As I went on tour in France. I picked up a few phrases. I tuned my ear to the French way of speaking. But this guy was just, and no one understood what he was saying. But he didn't let that stop him, and I respect him for that. Like, he didn't slow down. He didn't give up. He would just keep talking to people as if they could understand a single fucking word. The Germans didn't understand a fucking word he was saying. None of us understood a fucking word he was saying. Did that stop him? Did it? Fuck. And he kept asking he's trying to put on some songs. And he's like, he kept going to me. He goes, yeah, Weasel was there? Weasel was there? And I was like, what? Weasel was there? Weasel was there? Weasel was there? Weasel was there. And I was like, what? Booster what? Like, yeah, Weasel was there. And then he'll go around to someone else. He'll go, Weasel was there? You better Weasel was there? And eventually, like, he starts typing it on my phone, and it was Weasel Buster. And so I'm like, okay, I'll put on some Weasel Buster. And there was like one song on Spotify, and in post production, and what you're going to do is edit right from this moment. Now you're about to hear Weasel Buster now. So that's playing, everyone's looking around, and like, that was the first instance. And then later on, we keep playing tunes, right? And he keeps going, yeah, it's a stupid flip. You play stupid flip. Yeah. And he kept going around to me, you can play stupid flip. And he also had, I got punked by this guy because he goes, he was giving me this drink and it looked like whiskey and it was dark. And I kept just drinking it and I couldn't really notice what it tastes like. So I was already wankered by that point. I keep drinking it until there's some light and someone goes, oh, there's sausages there. And I realized there's all these sausages in the, but he's giving me some fucking sausage whiskey that I've been drinking. I was like, oh, that's fucking, didn't even notice. But like, it was like, can I play a stupid flip to Mark? And he was like, yeah, there's a big queue. So like, add it to the queue. This guy doesn't understand a single fucking word. Yeah, so add it to the queue. And he goes, oh, yeah. And then just plays the song and skips the entire queue. And then this French hip hop starts playing. It's like, oh, stupid flip. So this led us later on to coining a term, which is when somebody, because he kept trying to talk to us and we didn't understand what he was saying. We didn't really care, but he just kept at it, kept just chewing our ear off in French. And that is now called weasel bustering someone. So if you just start talking to somebody unsolicited, start chewing their ear off, they don't really want to hear it, but you're just going to keep going. You're weasel bustering somebody. And that's now an official phrase.
Yeah,
and
I want to give an example. I was weasel busted on Saturday, right?
Can I hear let's hear a contemporary example. So on Saturday, you were weasel busted. What happened?
On Saturday, me and my mate Tom, big ups, Lines Led by Donkeys, listen to Bloodwork, we got all this podcast. And we went to Bollekes Fest.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't know about that because I went to the first half of Spot Jam, but I didn't know Blokes. Where was Bloke Fest? Was it in Brixton?
Stockwell Skate Park.
I could have gone to that. I didn't know what's going on.
It was
Michael Jackson impersonator again.
No, they had Slipknot,
like
AI generated Slipknot, who didn't show up. But I was at Blokes Fest. There was a bit of class war going on, involving some bottle rockets and some cans of Stella. But me and Tom showed up. We were just saying hi to Sasha. Big up Sasha from Big Ups Granddad, and also Big Ups Carthage must be destroyed.
Addict as well. No, Addict.
Yeah, Big Ups Addict as well. And this bloke who's holding a pretty firmly devoured bottle of Desperado. He comes over to me. He's wearing a shirt that's got the Heineken logo on it, but it just it just says Belfast. And he keeps talking to me about Motorhead and about how
Did he have a Northern Irish accent? Was he Northern Ireland?
not really, not
No.
really, no. I couldn't quite tell. Like, um, he was just so steaming. It was kind of every accent at once. And and the bloke was just like cuts me and Tom. It's like say, oh yeah, Motorhead are great. I was like, okay, yeah. I said, yeah, I saw him at Brixton Academy a while ago. I said, yeah. The problem is, yeah, they're all fucking dead now, innit? I saw Mickey D the other week. You know, they're all dead. It makes me feel quite old now. He's like, what? Who's dead? It's like, what? Is Fast Eddie dead? It's like, yeah, Fast Eddie's dead. He's like, but it's Lemmy's dead, isn't he? He's like, yeah. I remember seeing his funeral. I remember seeing him, like, Dave Grohl hogging the fucking limelight. And he's like, oh, was you at his funeral then? I was like, no, mate, it's a live stream. And he's like, you know, I was the drunkest man at Shane McGowan's funeral. Now he's not saying that with coherency that I've said it. Like he's barely standing up, and
Who's
he's like
Shane McGowan?
the singer of the Pogues.
Right. Yes.
Now
We
to
know
say you're
about.
the drunkest man at his funeral when Shane McGowan, even when dead, is probably still drunker than you is like the fairy tale of New York guy.
I also
Like
realised I just did an accidental pun when I say that rings a bell.
yeah, fuck's sake. Like it it was it was genuinely the guy who was like, oh yeah, mate, oh it's fucking sick. He's like, oh mate, you play in a band? I was like, oh mate, that's too heavy. Like you use like 10s or 12s. I'm saying like, yeah. And he just keeps listing the members of Boathead after me. And I'm like, yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dead. Nah, mate,
He's
yeah,
dead
I'm really
now.
sorry, they're dead. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Let me go, sir.
Yeah,
He's
he's
dead
like
now.
yeah, it was like
Fast
that.
Eddie.
Yeah.
He's
And
dead now.
it was just that
Filthy
fucking
Animal
every
Taylor.
yeah.
He's dead now.
He's like Phil Taylor's dead, and I'm like, yeah, but what? But they're not all dead. Though. I said, no, Phil Campbell's dead as well. And he's like, but Phil
Phil Campbell.
Taylor's dead. And
He's dead
it's like,
now.
yeah, it was just that for a solid like 5 minutes, and then eventually I'm like, sorry mate, I'm gonna go in. I think they're all dead apart from Mickey D. And then we just went in, watched a bit of I think it was Munter. Who was a band playing at the time,
Great name.
and that was
Great
my
name.
case thinking like this is a
Great name.
proper weasel bustering.
You've got fully Weasel. We'll get to the train Weasel
The
bustering.
trade
Right, but
bustering,
let's
yeah,
go to
okay.
Saturday. So
Got
Saturday
where we,
hit.
yeah, Saturday, yeah.
Anyway, something hit on Friday night, and that was I was having a lovely sleep, but my beautiful sleep was disturbed by my partner with whom I was sharing a bed saying, "Oh my god, did you spill some water?" And then me being like, "I don't think so." And then she'd be like, "Why is it so wet everywhere?" And me being like, "Oh no, this hasn't happened since 2019." And maybe I had a little accident. Maybe I had a little accident in the night. Maybe it was quite a substantial volume, although I believe relatively dilute. Because when you really got to smell it to determine if is that pash, uh, then it's got to be dilute. You know what I mean? Like if it's proper concentrate, like, oh, that is
I
piss.
woke up about 6 in the morning,
About
and
6 in
then
the
I just
morning.
I just
Gone to
hear
bed about 3.
I just hear a kind of scream and being like, "What is that?" Like
That
what?
that was
Have you
such a
spilt something?
nice heavy sleep as well, man. I was like, I had no idea what was
Yeah, you
going
can
on.
really relax all your
The worst
muscles,
thing is, I think
every sphincter.
the worst part was I think we were spooning at the time, and
I mean,
I just yeah.
spooning becomes siphoning at that point, doesn't it? Like,
So I was quick on my feet. I had a separate bag with all my dirty clothes in it, and I just thought, well, they're already dirty. Empty it out and just use it to mop up all the liquid. And we had a bed sheet on the air mattress. Another PG tip if you're going to music festival, especially if you have somewhat sensitive skin, bring a proper bed sheet for your air mattress. Game changing. Feels so much nicer. And it also means if you piss the bed, it soaks some of it up so you can take it off. And so yeah, the next day I took all the dirty piss soaked clothes and sheet and sleeping bag, and I put it all into carrier bags. Another PG tip: make sure when you go to a festival, bring lots of carrier bags. They're extremely useful to have
mm,
lots of carrier bags. Segregate dirty things, segregate muddy things, put different things for different reasons, different bags. Or if you pissed the bed of the night and you have to mop it all up with your dirty clothes. You put them in carrier bags, take them to the water point, fill those bags up. I might even bring laundry detergent just in case to the next one, just a bit of it. I just used water. I soaked them all in water in the bags, although the water had the slowest trickle on the planet Earth. So I was standing there with two thingies with my carrier bag full of piss stained clothes in the middle, slowly just like this for hours, just waiting for it to slowly fill the bag up. I had to make multiple trips and refill. And then I'm like sitting there like a washerwoman, rinsing all my clothes in these bags full of water. Got all the dust off them as well, though. And that's the thing, right? Like, then I was like, I hung them all up around the gazebo, and I was like, I've actually just got loads of clean clothes now. I basically
Well,
refreshed my whole
the piss
wardrobe.
breaks the stuff down. It's got ammonia in it. I mean,
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean, like,
that's literally what washerwomen
if it
used
was
to
a
use.
rancid piss, that'd be different. But this was like one of those, it's basically water pisses.
Yeah, we didn't see
High
rancid piss till
volume,
Sunday.
very low concentration. It probably operated as a kind of detergent in its own right. I don't know.
It
Anyway, so
did.
that incident over, and I'd eaten some food and all the rest. I'd had my shower. Who was the first band that I saw? Who's the first band? Who I think you might have seen a band
So
before me.
I got there pretty early most days, so I was like, I just don't fucking do. Vacuous couldn't make it. Hope those guys are okay. I went to go see. I mean, I went to go look for some merch, buy a bit of merch. I bought a lovely tie-dye Black Sabbath t-shirt. Then I went to go see Miracle of Sound, who I mostly knew as a kid from being a band that was just one bloke doing songs about various video games. He didn't play any of those. He just played a
Sounds
bunch of Nordic
rubbish.
folk stuff. It was pretty fun. Big ups, Gavin. And then I walked past Brutal Sphincter, who
Yeah, I miss Brutus Sphincter.
I mean they're all right. They're better in a more enclosed environment, to be honest. But then I
Yeah,
didn't really see anything until um I went and met up with Scarlett, and then we went to go see Mushroom Head. Now, Mushroom Head, I feel so sorry for those guys because they got moved to a different fucking stage, and me and Scarlett just like, where the fuck are they? Managed to bump into them playing, um, and then I just saw a band with a bunch of extra percussionists, a bunch of really wet snare drums, a bunch of masks, and a bunch of like rappers, and I'm thinking. These guys were around before Slipknot. They were doing exactly the same thing, and they did not get near as big. How are these guys just not full of rage all the time? They were proper fun new metal bouncy bollocks. Um, and then after that, went to see different new metal-ish sort of stuff with Kitty, and I think that was when you guys joined the picture.
yeah. So I wanted to see bands earlier, but I was busy with my washerwoman duties. And I had to have my shower and all that. It is a flex when you shout because when I was younger, I was like, "Oh fuck it, you should need to shower at a festival." But it's a flex being fresh as a daisy every day. I have to say,
Oh, it's
double
fucking lovely.
double condition my hair every day, double
I used to
conditioned.
wake wake up, shit, shower, iced coffee, burger, ready for the day.
I figured out the ultimate system, right? So what I would do, and I figured that's my last day. I'd get my shower bag ready, and I'd wear my Crocs, right? And I'd go there, and I'd have my portable speaker. I'd have my sun cream, put a little bit on my face just to
Mm.
protect me on the way there. Toothbrush, toothpaste, empty bottle, electrolyte tablet in the bottle. I break it, put it in the bottle. And I'd have my conditioner, my shampoo, my skin friendly antimicrobial shower emollient because I can't use shower gel because I'm not a real person with functioning skin. And I'd first go and of course take a dump, and then I would go and I'd brush my teeth, and then I'd fill up my electrolyte water, and then I'm in the queue. Oh, the other thing I'd do, most important thing, roll a heavy Afghan hash joint.
Oh yeah.
So I'd be in the queue drinking my electrolyte water, reggae playing on the speaker, right? Bopping Aswad's live and
Mm.
direct 1983 Notting Hill Carnival, puffing on my Afghan hash joint. I don't care if the queue's half an hour long. I'm fucking vibing out here. And that was each day. I was just fucking vibing in the queue, having a great time. One day it was jazz, one day it was 2 days it was reggae. Yeah, no, the shower experience, you gotta make fun out of the queue. You gotta make fun out of the whole experience, part of the routine. I don't remember how we got on this subject. Let's go back to Kitty. So
Showers. Yeah, Kitty. Yeah,
showers.
you couldn't go to any bands beforehand, and there wasn't that many to be honest. Because you went to go see Kitty.
Oh yeah, I didn't see Immolation. Yeah. So we went to see Kitty. Kitty was good. I'd never even heard of them, but they were really good. Scarlett liked them going up, so we were watching them. sort of like just kind of metal. I'll describe it as just sort of general metal, but it's just well done. And then we saw Metal Church, and
Yes.
Metal Church, yeah, and Holy
Old Git.
Church, Old Git Band. And I have to say, like, the
Yeah.
first weird
Great.
thing was in that David
Dave
Ellison is
Ellison. Yeah.
playing bass, so they got the scraps. They're getting the scraps. If you don't know, he was the bass player for Megadeth, then got caught out sending like
Wait, isn't
weird.
he still the bass player for Megadeth?
Oh, I don't think so. I think they
I
replaced
thought
him.
because I mean, yeah, because I know he became like some sort of weird Christian pastor, and then got caught doing not quite what Christian pastors in the US do, but
Not
still
quite.
not
It was
great.
legal, but it was weird. It was
It's
sending
weird, yeah.
sexually explicit things like 18-year-old girls. Anyway, so it was weird seeing him. But you see this like, Metal Church, they got kind of like high pitched vocals. You see the vocalist, and he's giving me big like post Maiden. What's the guy's name? The
Paul
first vocalist?
Diano.
Paul Diano. Thank you. He's not even the first vocalist. He's technically the third after Paul Day and Dennis Wilcock. Paul Diano.
Oh,
Yeah, it's fun Iron Maiden fact for you there. It was he was giving post Maiden Paul Diano vibes. So I was like, oh, I was ready for these vocals to be rough, like horrible. And then he just starts hitting the notes, and he's just like, when they do Gods of Wrath, just every note, he just smashed it. He was just
yeah.
hitting every note, and it was sick, and it sounded amazing, and it was really fucking good. The only problem is this little unfortunate, inconvenient thing called global fucking warming. Because in between thinking this band is fucking sick, I was touching the back of my head because the someone's behind me and thinking,
Yeah.
I could cook a full English on this right now. I could cook a full English right now on the back of my head. And I'm pretty sure as soon as Metal Church ended, we were like, that was sick. We have to leave immediately.
We have to leave
We
immediately.
have to get shade now, or we are going to end up in like the medical
Like,
tent. And it
we're
really
gonna
was.
get heat stroke and asbestosis at the same time.
Yeah, like silicosis and heat stroke, and it kind of was that. Like, this is the whole thing about the find out era of global warming, the beginning of the find out era. You have to pick your bands based on like how much sun can I endure before I die. Like,
Mm,
if I stay and watch Biohazard, I'm probably not going to be able to see like any bands later on. I'm not going to be able to see like fucking Primus if I stand in the sun and boil myself to Biohazard. So we kind of missed Biohazard. We were literally listening to Biohazard in the
yeah.
campsite whilst you could hear Biohazard playing on the main stage, because the main stage didn't have any fucking shade and our campsite did. And I think that we went and saw a bit of Hatebreed. I think you were right in there for Hatebreed.
Oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
somewhat partial to Hatebreed, are you not?
I fucking love Hatebreed believe in me more than the entire British state does, and so they
It's
believe in
true.
me
It
more
is
than the
true.
job centre,
It
more
is
than the
true.
university system,
Don't
more than most
be
people in
careful
my life.
talking, because like the department of like the DWP will replace all current schemes, as punitive as they are, just with Hatebreed.
That sounds better, to be honest. They're making me take a fucking course on AI next week. I write books on that shit, and why it's bad. And yeah, saw Hatebreed, felt very positive. Hatebreed were like, oh, it's so great. You should go see all these bands. And they were like, you should go see Terror and Municipal Waste and Biohazard. And they're like, well, Terror and Biohazard clash and they've already played. And Municipal Waste are playing right now. So I'm really sorry, Jamie. It doesn't quite work. Uh, Battle bands I wanted to see but didn't see. Didn't see Karakangren. Didn't see Aaron Wildmere. Um, After that, Testament are playing more than meets the eye. No, actually, it's just Testament. They're fine. Then instead we just got ready for the real main event, which
I
was
saw
fucking
Municipal Waste.
Primus.
I saw
Oh,
Municipal
what?
Waste.
Oh,
They
fair.
were pretty good.
They fucked you up.
Um, well, I was sort of near the back, so it was a sort of mild inconvenience rather than full fucking up of me. But yeah, the main event was Primus. That was the most important thing. That was the one band I needed to see. They were headlining. No, they were headlining the third stage, and I was quite offended on their behalf, to be honest. Third stage, you got
It
Primus.
was way too small for them.
It was. So we were right up, sort of close and personal, in the pit, which was so fucking dusty at points. It was hard to see the band because there was so much fucking dust everywhere.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure that gave like Scarlett like silicosis or something, because she was really,
It was so fucking
literally
bad.
had been having health problems with her breathing like last week, and I'm pretty sure that was just still the fallout from the dust, mostly from Primus. But it was sick. It was all killer, no filler. They played one new song, The Old Grizz. Other than that, it was
Hmm.
all first three album shit. All first three album shit. They opened with like those damn blue collar tweakers. Play American Live. They played Frizzle Fry. They played Mr. Crinkle, and it was really hard.
It's the
They
fucking
played
yeah, the
Space
fucking
God
pig
Driver.
mask.
They
Yeah,
they
those
played
damn blue collar fucking tweakers was the opener.
yeah. They played John the Fisherman. I think they played Welcome to This World as well. And just live,
American Life.
they played American Live. They go so hard live. They play it's so much heavier live than it is on
Mm,
record. Always wonderful to see Primus. I'm annoyed that I didn't get a ticket to the London show. I wish I'd gone. There was a last minute ticket going, but I wasn't like in the. I'm not always good with that kind of level of spontaneity
yeah.
in my
Uh,
advancing age.
At
Um,
least with a festival set, as you described to me, they're sort of kept contained enough that they
yeah,
only will extend the regular songs by about 2 minutes, 3 minutes,
Yeah,
4 minutes,
yeah.
6 minutes, 9 minutes,
Usually it's like a
not do an entire
15-minute
new
jam
one.
and
Yeah.
playing an entire song within a song rather than a festival set. They just like jam it out, like do their little Grateful Dead thing for like a few minutes on each song. So it's slightly
And
more
the
restrained.
fucking pits were insane. Like, it's
There was
what
this
festival has
one
it been to?
cunt, though. There was this one
Oh,
cunt
that I
behind
know
us.
that one can't. Yeah,
Just
he
this one
just kept
cunt, because
poking
we came
people.
out of the thing and I thought that it was just me, but everyone was like, "This guy kept like poking me in the back," and like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, it was the same fucking cunt." Anyway, if you're listening to this, which you're definitely not, but if you are, I hope you die, fucking cunt.
He looks pretty close to it, to be honest. He looks like 60 or some shit.
Anyway, dickhead, that guy. Shout in for that guy. Whisper in that guy.
Yeah. And
Dickhead.
then after Primus, I think me, Mark, and Rana went to go. We basically laid it from Primus to catch the last song of Arch Enemy, which is thankfully the only one I know. Because it's just because it's the guitarist it's Michael Armott from Carcass, so it's got some pretty decent riffs. They played Nemesis, and I was like, fine, that's it. Now we're gonna try and outrun the Dust Cloud and go back.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see Arch Enemy because I have taste. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't remember what I got up to. I think Saturday night was a relatively tame night because we wanted to be fit for the Sunday because that had most of the bands playing.
Mm.
So let's talk about all the bands I missed on Sunday. So I didn't see Voivod.
Yeah,
I
you
did
didn't see
see.
Internal Bleeding.
I think the first band I saw was Sanguisugabog, which was extremely funny
Oh, they
because
were great. That you could
they,
tell that you was going to get proper good ignorant slam when they said "Merci beaucoup, France,"
yeah,
and I'm like, yes,
when
thank
they
you.
said we were at Bloodstock Festival yesterday in England. Now let's see if the fucking French can out crowd surf like the UK. And then someone had clearly whispered in his ear halfway through because he was like, what's the fuck up, Belgium?"
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is up, Belgium?
Yeah, that
Massive
was funny.
fucking wall of
Big wall
death,
of
which
death throughout the
inspired
whole
later
tent.
bands. Who else do we see? I mean,
Animals as
Animals
leaders,
as leaders.
they were
The
pretty good,
sound
but
they were good, but the sound was fucking atrocious. Because like, I mean, you were doing the full on Archie dance, so the funk was going, but you was reading more funk into them that they could project out to us. Not because they
you
weren't
had to know
providing
the
it, but
tracks
because
because
the fucking tunes weren't there. The
yeah,
sound
it's
wasn't
because
there.
the sound has to be perfect for a band like that. There's not really any tolerance for
Mm,
muddiness because it's too technical. So you kind of had to know the tunes because it did sound a bit muddy, but I still enjoyed
yeah.
it. Uh,
Who else? Miss Terming and Nurgle, nonce bands, don't care.
Not
Um,
interested. Yeah, who else?
uh,
Anathrak.
Anel Nafrak,
Anathrak. They were
Anel
good. Yeah.
Nafrak, the band who are responsible for me being who I am. Because without Anel Nafrak, I wouldn't have been like, who the fuck's this Nietzsche prick? Oh, Matt Sterner, who's that? Like, Anel Nafrak. I mean, that was when I fully got into the pit mindset after a little bit of encouragement, let's say, and then I was given a bit of encouragement, going, "Oh fuck it, go on," and then I immediately run into the pit and try and two step, immediately flip into people falling over my ass into a pit of dust. Luckily, the dust cushions me, and I'm just fucking going mad during well, God, everything. I mean, mostly at that point, between shit and piss we are born. I try and sing along with More Than Fire Than Blood. My operatic voice is so loud that someone turns around and is like, fucking shut up, and I'm like, fair enough, sir. Um, run in instead to get the shit being out of me. Start singing on the opera there because then I can at least throw myself at people and it's at least fine if they tell me to shut up. They play most of my favorites, and then they're like, Sanguisugabog had a wall of death. We want a wall of death, and you can see Mark here the name submission is for the week, and then just go
Howling at these submissions for a week. Yeah, yeah.
and
I
oh,
remember
what a
seeing
time!
them play that at Damnation once. You know, it was a Manchester
Mm.
Damnation, one more modern one. And me and Mark was just sort of at the back, and then we heard them start playing submissions for the week, and we just fucking we were cunts. We just snowplowed our ways through the crowd right into the front, and they paused for a long time before the down on your knees. They paused it for ages, and we believed to this day they paused it just so that we could get into position first. And just as we got
I oh
down on your knees, but I didn't do it at Alcatraz because I was too tired, and it was Sunday.
it's yeah, I don't know, Frack. I hadn't seen them. I actually hadn't seen them since 2019 when I played with them as a solo musician and no one else was involved. It was them and Akroff at the garage in 2019. I got to speak with Dave, the singer, and be like, "Oh yeah, philosophy, eh?" I've actually read his thesis. It's very analytic. It's not quite for me, but yeah, that was me being like, "Oh, my childhood is here. This is great." Uh, Rose Tattoo couldn't play. I didn't know who they were. Nevermore played. Didn't really care. Um, Sax
Yeah, so we then I
Saxon.
think we were at the campsite before Saxon. Scarlet
Hmm.
had a bit of a funny turn, mainly
Oh
dust
yeah,
related, had a bit of a
dust,
hyperventilation
heat,
issue.
like yeah.
Yeah, heat and the dust, I think
Big
caused
ups
like a
fucking Jason for that. Like you know,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing the
So
correct
it
ventilation.
started with like, oh, maybe we should try and go to the medical center. It's fucking boiling, and it's
Mm.
trying to stand up and walk anywhere would have made everything worse. So we're trying to like navigate. How can we get some medical people over here? And yeah, shout out Jason, local Belgian bloke, who being a hero was able
Spitting
to
image of dead from fucking Mayhem as well. Like
yeah.
obviously, probably quite intentional, but
And he sorted that out, and they brought some medical staff through, and it turns out she was right. And you got to because she was having blurred vision and
mm,
ringing in the ears and all sorts of shit.
mate,
It turned out to be fine, just symptoms of like the heat and the hyperventilation because of the
yeah, it was
dust.
carbon
But
dioxide for sure.
until you know that's what it is, it's you don't know. Am I
It's
fucking having a
scary.
heart attack? Am I fucking dying? So got the vitals checked out. Everything was cool. She needs some sugar, needs to chill out for a bit. But didn't mean that we missed Saxon and Deicide. But
Yeah.
so you fill in how Saxon
Well, I want
and
to say something
how
about the fucking
Deicide.
emergency services part because Mark was fucking on it. He was fucking running past. Me and Rand and Jason went to the information point to be like, "Can we fucking get anything?" Mark went to the medical tent. Apparently, it was just fucking blood everywhere. It was like fucking Cloverfield in there, man. Like, um, but then me and Jason were talking to the guys at the thing, the information thing at the campsite, and they were like, "Yeah, it says 24 hours on the emergency number, but it only works at night." And we were just sort of like, "You fucking what?" Because we didn't want to have to go back to the camp where everyone's sort of panicking and stuff, and be like, "Okay, so
So
the
third
emergency
piece of
number
evidence as to
only
why
works at night."
is this a real country?
It's not a real fucking festival at that point. And then okay, but I think they arrived. It was all good. You missed so Saxon.
Miss Saxon and Deicide.
Saxon were fun. Saxon were fun. But it was quite funny because like they're just so old, and they all sound fantastic. They've got what's his fucking name? The guy from Diamond Head,
It's here, by
like
the way.
doing the guitar. Hey, so here's what Saxon were like. They were like, "Oh boys, like, we're doing these songs now about when there were no phones, there were no Facebook." And I'm over exaggerating the Yorkshire accent here, but he is pretty fucking Northern Biff Byford. Hey, Scarlett joined the
Hello.
people crowd.
Welcome to Pub Goth Transmission.
We are longest episode ever. Like,
Oh, no worries. We're just wrapping up the Sunday now.
and then yeah,
Alcatraz, we were just talking about your funny turn.
and
Is it all
how
right in
fu-
the end? What did we just
we
saying?
can take it. We're mostly saying it so I can moan about how the fact the emergency number only worked at night, and they told us about like the infrastructural bollocks. Like Mark was running through the fucking fire and the flames to get to a bloodied fucking
Yeah, I
clinic,
heard that Mark
and then
ran.
Mark ran. Like
I
there wasn't even
run.
chemicals. He didn't even run that fucking far away. It was just the dust, the dust behind him, the trail.
Yeah, I'm surprised in like the heat. Oh my god, speaker. I'm stressed.
So you got the
It's
microphone
okay.
here,
I
but-
don't actually want to be on the podcast. So I'll probably go away.
No worries.
I'm really
But
tired.
No worries.
big up Skull on the PGT reunion. No,
All
but
right, then. I'll get you to sign a release form.
but Saxon play on the bank, play 747, denim and leather. For denim and leather, actually, they got those people to throw their fucking battle jackets up on the stage, and
That
I
does
was
sound
looking at
pretty
the battle
funny.
jackets to be like, please, I really want to see if like Biff Byford just puts on a battle jacket that's got a bunch of fucking burrs and patches on it, like because that's a fucking risk. But that was fun. Then it was day aside for more old yet excellence. Like Mark was like, "What's that song we probably go da 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 da?" It's like, "What you really want to go?" Da 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 da. I was like, "Yeah, Homage for Satan." Yeah, they played that. They played Dead by Dawn. We was hanging out there with Paul from
Did they
BTK.
play Holy Deception?
I don't think so, but to be honest, I wouldn't know.
It's the one that goes.
I don't.
It's that one, the one that goes like that.
No.
Did they play it? No. Oh, it's a shame. I didn't miss much.
But luckily,
Yeah,
the
Scar
gang was
excited
all
about
back
the dead
together
side.
for Satyricon.
So we got all back together for Satyricon. And that was excellent. I really enjoyed Satyricon.
Yeah.
Busted out all the rages.
Played all their disco tunes.
They played King, Black Crow
King.
on Tombstone, Black Crow on Tombstone. Now
Pentagram
Diabolical,
burns.
Mother
Dark
North.
medieval
They played
times.
Mother North.
Mother North. Mother North.
Lovely bit of Mother North.
Cracking bird she is, Mother North.
Black Crow on Tombstone.
Satyricon. Yeah.
And then who else played? I think then and then
I think we all just went back. I mean, because it was Kylesa. No, I went back, and then it was between Kylesa and Gutalax.
Well, I missed
Big
Lamb of
ups,
God as well
Gutalax.
because I was
Oh
going to
no,
see Lamb of
yeah.
God. But,
Me and Mark like eventually dove our way through the crowd to find a random for Lamb of God, and then
I heard them play like some shit off Palaces. I was like, I would
they
like
played like
Ruin. I think they played Ruin.
yeah, they played Walk Me in Hell, and then we heard a bit of Redneck, and they were
I
fun.
don't really care.
Nobody
I realise I
died.
don't really care about any Lamb of God apart from
Yeah.
as stuff off the as the Palace
And
burn.
at that point, I was knackered, and I'm like, I kind of want to see Powerwolf as the only headliner. I kind of give a
You
sort
know
of shit
what,
about.
Adam? You're
But you
dead
know
to
what?
me, and I'm not doing this podcast anymore.
We drink your blood in the midnight.
So I had a different
Yeah.
experience. I had the opposite experience. Scarlett and I were waiting for Gutalax to play because they were doing a late set on the second 10 stage. Unfortunately, it was within earshot of the main stage, and I was brutally subjected to a bit of Powerwolf, thoroughly against my will.
It's
What is
German
even the gap between Powerwolf and Hailstorm? I mean, take away the pirate theme, it's the same fucking shit.
racism.
And racism, that's true. Fair enough.
Powerwolves
I don't know,
are like
Powerwolf
a
sound like they'd
non-racist,
be racist.
non-pirate hailstorm.
Yeah, but that's not the only reasons I hate Hailstorm. You know what I mean?
You also hate One Piece,
Anyway,
that
Powerwolf
was Powerwolf, yeah, and then
But
we had
Gutalax are good. They're fun. They did the whole crowd surfing the Portaloo thing. That's always fun. And that was Sunday.
and that was Sunday, and that was and then on Monday we just
Got the yeah, you got quite heavily weasel busted on the train because we got first of all the shuttle to No Man's Land, and then we waited for the bus to take us to Quarterjik, and then we got the train from there to Lille. And it's quite a packed train. We've got our suitcases, so we're sort of in the bit in between the bits. You know what I mean? The nether zone by the doors, and we're sort of sat there, nestled in. We're good, and then There's this noise, and it's some music playing from a speaker, and this Congolese bloke, he didn't know he was Congolese at the time. He steps on, and he's playing his music. Immediately takes his sandals off. He's just standing there with his bare feet, and he just starts talking to people. He's drinking his apple juice, and he's just talking to everyone in Belgium. He starts talking to us, and we're like, I don't understand. Oh, you speak English? Yeah, we speak English. Oh, you speak English? Where have you been to? Oh, we went to a festival. How was the festival? And just kept going. And he was like, I felt bad for him because he was the most in the firing line. I was sort of sat down, and he was going, and he was probably like poking at us. Oh, you like this band Nirvana? Oh, you like this
No,
band?
he didn't ask me if I liked this band Nirvana. So the first thing was, he's like, tried asking me to Google Translate eventually. It's like, when the festival ends, do you all pack up the tables and chairs together as if like we're roadies? And I was like, no, mate. It's like, no. And he's like, what is like metal and stuff? And he Googles metal on YouTube, like YouTube's metal, and he finds Slipknot. He's like, is this metal? And I'm like, yeah. He goes and he starts laughing immediately.
Oh, he laughs at everything.
And then he
Kind of
says, and then he points to Nirvana. Smells like Teen Spirit. It's like, do you know this guy? This guy Nirvana. And I'm like,
do you know this man?
yeah. And then I'm like, so that do you play the instruments? And I'm just lying at this point. I'm like, no. Do you smoke? And I'm like, no, I don't smoke. So I'm trying to end the conversation. Have you been to Dublin? It's like, yeah. So I've been to Dublin. It's like, yeah. They drink Guinness. Says, what do you drink in London? I'm like, mostly Guinness, to be honest. He's like, and then that caused another cascade of laughter. And as he's saying this, he's just kicking with his bare feet, just anyone around him, being like, "Oh my god, this guy knows this guy's knows this guy Nirvana." And I'm like, "Oh." And then he keeps asking, he's like, "Where do you think I'm from?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Oh, France. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty close to it." And he's like, "No." And he turns to Archie. He's like, "Where do you think you're from?" And I was like, "Just like Congo, because the Belgians colonized Congo." I was like, yeah, it's a good guess, isn't it? And he's like, yes. And then you guys go back and forth.
You are an
on
international man.
Yeah, you're an international man.
And he kept trying to talk to me, but he kept like kicking Scarlett, who was sitting in between us, and like leaning right over her with his like. She was trying to escape, and he kept cornering her like by accident, trying to talk to me about Congo. His bare feet were kicking Scarlett and everything. And then the train just sort of stopped and just sort of didn't move, and we were just sort of sitting there with our bags. And then these people came on the train, and they were trying to like get to places, and we were like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Oh, the train's broken down, and we don't know how to fix it, and we don't know if it's going to be fixed." And we were like, thinking, first of all, why is everyone just still sat on the train then? Belgian people just fucking thick or something? We were in France at that point, but I don't know who was Belgian, who was French. Brexit means Brexit. That's the most important. No, so we got off the train and just got an Uber. But I'm pretty sure, even though you got your guys' Uber turn up after a couple of minutes, we had to wait like 10, 15 minutes. But I think even quite late on before the Uber came, we looked and the train was still there, and presumably everyone was still just sat on a broken train.
Yeah, whoever's like, we don't know how to fix it.
Yeah,
the Weasel bustering man has departed long since.
He got off at the next stop, mercifully. But yeah, they were like, we don't know what's wrong. We don't know how to fix it. I'm like, well, if you don't even know how to fix it, like, I'm not gonna wait to find out. So we got an Uber to Lille, and then we sort of, I mean, I think we went different ways to get different food.
Yeah, we went to the because France is bad for vegan food because they love eating cruelty.
They just
in the
love
meantime,
cruelty.
I got there with big ups Adam, big ups David. Went to the airport Hilton, bumped into an American couple, and he was like, "Oh, you guys have bell jackets? We were vodka every year." And I was like, "Hell yeah, brother!" And then I was like, "Please, sir, I go to the bar." I was like, "I need a beer." And he's like, "What do you want?" I said, "Do you know what? Fuck it, Kronenberg."
It was good. It was
a 10 euros.
A 10 euro pint, but it was nice. I got one too, and
I walked in and I was like, "Oh, is this the Hilton? Like Paris Hilton?" He's like, "No, Lille, mate. Fucking hell!" Like, and then as we went back into the train station, we saw Anal Nafrak queuing up, and we was like, "Should we?"
I'd briefly been. I was Weasel bustering them a little bit earlier when I saw them in the station. Because fun fact, I did once this is just a funny thing. The last Damnation, I think, Sam Loynes, who plays guitar in Nathrat Live,
Big up,
shout
Sam.
out Sam if you're listening, big up. He had to borrow my little silicone things that I put on the ends of my glasses that have little hooks on them, so that the glasses stay on your head and don't fall off. I always went down the road of just not wearing my glasses on stage and learning how to play without being able to see anything. But Sam's gone down the glasses silicone
Mm.
sort of hook, secure glasses route. Fun fact there. Um, crazy rock star stories. But yeah, and then we end up getting a burger in Lille Station, which was actually not bad. And then we got the train.
Yeah,
And
with a
that
pint.
was a treat because I've never gone to European Festival and been able to get a 1.5 hour train back and then just get the train it goes to St. Pancras and then I just get the train from St. Pancras to South Croydon and I'm home in like 3 hours total from Lille. That's pretty fucking nuts if you ask me.
It costs you 3 times as much, but it is easier getting back.
I don't know. Once you add all the fees onto the flights, they're not that cheap really anymore.
We won't fucking accept the changes here. We don't fucking accept the changes.
Oh yeah, fucking
We
hell.
don't
That's
fucking accept the changes. But that was Alcatraz. That was our stay in an open air festival, which was also kind of like a prison, but also worse in terms of hydration.
worse in some ways, better in other ways. I mean, we didn't have
prison's
Johnny
free.
Cash. We had Powerwolf, and we didn't have drinking water. We had 250 milliliter small little cups of beer for €3.60.
We got balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall. Best band were Primus,
Yes,
because they're one of the best bands.
you're one of the best bands. Yeah, just one of the best bands in general, to be honest. Yeah.
In conclusion, the good thing I would say about the festival as well, like lax security the whole time, very lax security. Like even smuggling in pouches, you could smuggle in whole drinks. They just weren't really looking. They weren't really checking pockets. They were checking big bags. They weren't checking fanny packs. I appreciated that about the festival. But yeah, it was quite relatively well run. Toilet facilities were great. But I don't know if I'd go back because I think there's cheaper, better festivals. I'd go to Brutal Assault before I went back to Alcatraz. I'd go to Terminator before I went to Alcatraz again.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm bringing it to next year's. I probably wouldn't go back to Alcatraz, to be honest. Good general lineup with the way that the entire planet's going. Camping is fun. You get to meet your neighbors and stuff. There's like something good amenities there. But
Forested festivals, though.
yeah.
You want your festivals to be
you want
forested.
festivals to be forested. You don't camp in farmland. Camp in a forest. You're gonna camp.
Yeah, like that's why I think smaller festivals are the way because you're more likely to get those kind of forested sites at like a 5K cap. Once you get up to like your above your
And we didn't see any
15K.
headliners, to be honest. All the headliners was like lower stage. So
No, like that's been a thing for years though. I barely see headliners anymore because they're all shit. I remember like when I went to apart from when we saw Ministry at Terminator, that was a different story. But
that's a
Bloodstock
small fest, yeah.
2017, I think I didn't see any of the headliners because it was like Ghost and a bunch of other shite. But anyway, that was Alcatraz. Tune into the
The
next
Escape from Alcatraz. Yeah.
Escape from Alcatraz. Tune in to the next episode of Pub Goth Transmission, where we will be discussing TBA, and this will be released TBA. Well, actually, that's a lie. We're not going to announce it. It's just going to come out.
It's going to be this week.
Well, this one will come out this week. The next one will come out when we goddamn good and ready to fucking put another one out.
Man's underemployed and overemployed at the same time. I'm overemployed, underpaid, overemployed, probably overpaid in some respects. But there we go. We got any plugs?
I don't think we're playing Colchester Death Fest anymore, Essex Death Fest in Colchester anymore. I think Omar has a wedding or something. So we were going to play that. But we're playing Decolonize Fest. Digora playing Decolonize Fest.
Yeah, I was wondering when you guys can get booked for
October. Yeah, we got booked a while ago. We just couldn't talk about it until they announced it. But yeah, we're playing that. It's at Signature Brew. It's in October. I forget exactly when. It's mainly a sort of people of color run by 4 things. So I'll be sort of sheepishly standing towards the back of the stage for this one, I think. But yeah, that one should be good. I don't think we're playing Essex Death Fest. I don't know if that's announced yet, so I don't even know if I should be saying that yet. But I don't.
Well, if you're not playing it, it's just fine. You can.
Um,
You're not playing a lot of festivals, to be honest.
And another thing I'll say is next year, Pub Goth Transmission will be restarting the tutorials, but it's going to be one running tutorial. I'm going to want to do how to grow and prepare your own tobacco, because this year I grew my own tobacco. And I was learning the ropes. How do you do it? How do you germinate your seeds? How do you grow? How do you harvest? When do you harvest the leaves? What do you do when you harvest them? How long do you dry them? How long do you go? I've figured it out now. I know how to make tobacco. I know how to make it pretty good, and I'll be
Sounds
sharing
good.
that knowledge with you in the next agricultural season. So next year I will be follow along Pub God Transmission, grow your own tobacco, and never have to pay 30 quid for a 30-gram pouch again, or whatever silly price they charge for cigarettes these days.
Fuck yes. Okay, plugs. Well, you also already listening to fucking Pub Golf Transmission. Listen to fucking Acid Horizon. Listen. Well, check out. I've got a new article on September the 2nd coming out, Prometheus, on simulacral fascism. Is it fash? Is it not fash? It both isn't, and that's why it's dangerous. Um, Mid-September, I've got a new article coming out with the Gotham Guillotine with John Greenaway on Gothic Marxism, and someone should give me a lot of money and buy my next book off me. Looking at you guys from Ebb and Prometheus. But yeah, that's about it from me. In that case, we sign off. So a 2-hour episode.
Take it easy and take it breezy. This was Pub Goth Transmission.